Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We have for you from the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 8, a lower bracket quarterfinals match between Marco and Cola. On tracking today, we have Procrastinator Rat and Dominic, and I'll pass it over to our commentary team of Out of This World Burrito and Baseball. Take it away, you two.
All right. Thank you very much,
Hey.
BT. How are you doing, Slack? Baseball.
I'm doing good. We're starting right now.
Yeah.
We started in Lon, the Lon silo.
Mhm.
Terrible spawn, by the way.
Yeah, not great.
Not a great
but
place.
we get an early song check here, which is great because for those who didn't see, because it was a little quick start there, we start with Prelude. That's kind of an ass start, especially with Ruby, and then a silo spawn for Child. So this is a rough beginning.
Yes. Luckily we have Prelude. We don't need to save and quit to get places. Really, we can just play Prelude and go adult. But yeah, very very league settings start. Cola mentioned that in the race room. So yeah, here we are.
Yeah, so getting Zelda's Lullaby there is great, because obviously that's an important song that we're going to need, but I'm sure these runners would have rather had a Warp song to start with.
Oh
just
my
something
gosh.
to give a movement.
Yes. Cola didn't do Talon, right?
Cole hasn't gotten to Talon yet.
Got it.
Or, never mind, my stream just caught up.
You're fine. We're good. We're here.
Yeah.
All Marco is going to get rupees for that. Jabu is the fire med. That's what I got. Our trackers will get that in soon. So yeah, I just want to say a quick thing about the stats screen. It was really fast. They have not played a 1v1 before, ever.
No, they have not. So you're seeing something new.
Yeah, which they both were surprised at, since they've both been playing forever. We did get our foolishes. Required Jabu is foolish. Cool. The trackers know the medallions because we have a little bot that tells us what the medallions are. We're cheating here in the commentary booth. We spoil our trackers a bit. Yeah, they're not just geniuses, even though they're amazing.
No. But they spoil me too, because then I could prepare notes ahead of time to talk about it, because figuring it out during the storm is a lot of work. So
I know. I never look at it beforehand. I'm like, I want to be surprised. And it's never a good idea.
Well, I'm surprised the first time I seen it, and this one's really funny. So while Marco's checking that and Cola's working through CAC, we'll talk about the medallions really fast. So the most interesting thing, I think, is Goma and King Dodongo are holding our Spirit and Shadow medallions, which are 2/3 Light Bridge requirements. So depending where Light Arrows end up, Kokiri's Sword could actually be the bottleneck, hilariously. We could also get an early Ganon's Castle, but last time I called an early Ganon Castle, it didn't happen, so I'm not gonna. And then probably the most malicious thing in this set is Morpha holds Force Medallion, so both the Prelude and Burning Kakariko song checks probably going to be late, because we got to get that long shot, and of course with the required Jabu with Fire Medallion, Boomerang's Boomerang, so who knows when that will show up. Yeah,
lots of mysteries to be solved. Yes, Tobias, I'm letting out the ZSR secrets. Cola's going to get this song from Windmill. Let's see what it is. It's Requiem. I love seeing Requiem early. Oh my goodness. I do not want to have to cross.
Yeah, but even on a Stone Spirit?
Even on Stone Spirit. It doesn't matter.
All right.
I'm happy. I really don't want to cross that wasteland.
Crossing Wasteland definitely takes a bit of time. And of course, then you're always asking, yeah, I can cross now, but technically it's out of logic. Should I be doing this right now? And so then you're always playing into that. But with Valley Dead, I don't think either of these runners are going to be really heading over to Fortress anytime soon, unless, we get to the famous, well, I guess it's time for GTG, shrug.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure that we'll get there. Is that vanilla? Oh my goodness, that's cool. Never Buy a Shield wins today. It hardly ever wins.
They've been winning a lot the last few seeds.
Yeah, I never win that battle. But yeah, Skull Kid was dead. I did not see what was in the crate.
Me neither. It was right behind his B button.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he saw it. I don't know.
Just intuited it. Cola can tell items just by pixels.
I know. I trust him. Okishi, get out of here.
We don't have any paths hint yet, unless I missed
Fire
it.
is a stone. Oak. No full badge today. That's it.
No.
That's the only time I'm saying it.
I'm glad you did it for the fan.
You know,
Singular.
it's just for Oak. Marco reads hints so fast, I can only read them when I'm a tracker, so I don't know.
40's a strength upgrade.
40's a strength. Okay, Stone Spirit. That's actually interesting. That is never a good one to see on Skulls. It's kind of like seeing storms on Ocarina of Time. Sort of an unknown. Do I collect skulls? I don't know.
Marco's probably thinking about that right now because in his last race against Hyper, which was his most recent, he lost a lot of time collecting skulls compared to Hyper, who just said, screw it, if it's skulls, I'm boned, which it wasn't skulls. And so Marco's seeing strength there, knowing that it's Stone Spirit, might go, you know what? If I need 2 strengths, let's just worry about it later.
Yeah, war flashbacks maybe right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I imagine that they both will just sort of wait and see till they get some more direction in the seed. It was 40, right?
It was 40, correct.
Yeah, so that's a lot. It's not just like 30, which is like, okay, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's 40.
And then to Benji's point in chat, pushing skulls right now when we don't have anything, it's really risky. Like, if they get hook shot for free or boomerang for free, then they might, but...
Right, we don't have anything pointing
We don't have anything to do, you know? We don't even have bottle.
I know. We have literally nothing. We have ZL.
No. But we're also only 7 minutes in, so...
True, it's been 7 minutes. Let's talk about skulls.
We're
gonna do a little Death Warp here. Very nice.
Oh, the rare Composer Grave Death Warp. I don't see that come out too much this season.
I feel like the only person I see do it is Cola. I saw him do it before. And Fabio, I think. Same race. We can do a little prediction. I can set that up real quick.
Wow, thanks.
A little quick prediction.
Yeah, baseball's the power.
Marco. Or... My God.
So while you set up the prediction, the other thing I want to mention is that going back to Marco's last game with Hyper, in the post-game interview, he mentioned that he wasn't super happy with his play that match, and part of it was because he didn't have a match for a period of time, as he had to wait for a while for that winner's quarterfinal to actually get filled. He had 3 weeks between his 2 matches, and now this match is actually 2.5 weeks since that match. So unless Marco's been keeping up on Season 8 and not getting rusty, he still might have a cold seat right now, where Cola has been in lower brackets for a bit longer, and so he hasn't been sitting for as long. But I also know Marco's been doing MQ at the same time, which I don't know how he must partition his brain or something, because I would get these messed up 100%.
I mean, Marco is obviously unreal at the game. Cola also plays like a ton of settings. I think he plays like basically every weekly that there is. Yeah. I know he's been playing a lot of League lately. League settings, which you all should check out League, by the way. Put that command in chat.
There it is.
They both are people that are just like constantly doing everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Marco is going to show us the Requiem song. Sorry, what?
It was brief for the stats, but Cola's obviously got a bunch of matches up this season, and Marco probably's played a similar number of seeds. It's not necessarily in the Season 8 rules. So.
Oh, I'm excited that I'm commenting Marco's match because Minuet out at Colossus.
You're
I just like
Minuet?
I happened to click on his stream. I never watch Marco play. I don't really watch Twitch unless I'm doing this. I just clicked on his stream and he was doing the game blindfolded and was trying to do CAC archery blindfolded, and it was really funny. I just want you to know that. So maybe we'll see that today.
Thank you.
That's a bow on the arch, by the way.
That is a bow on the arch.
He did not get it while I was watching. It's just so you know.
Okay, well, blindfolded archery is pretty difficult in real life. I'm sure in a video game it's also hard.
Yeah,
but
so
doable.
He's really good, I guess, is my point. Is he can do it the game blindfolded. So
we got a big Goron claim check there. Yeah, it's dead. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's dead.
It's dead.
Yeah,
Big
Marco not
dead.
getting adult SFM song, which is interesting. I'm sure he'll come back for it. Shadow Pot is dead. Thank you.
A nice one to see. So Marco going back to Child and starting to do Child Market while Cola keeps working up River here. It's going to peek the last freestanding item, get some more hints. And, you know, maybe that information Marco has from going and checking Requiem sooner and seeing bows up there might be thinking that, you know, I should probably go for beans sooner than later.
True, that's a good point. So far, no way to get there. Not even bomb choose, but that could change very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cola went to River, I assume, mostly for hints and maybe trying to grab something from the grotto. I often see Bomb Bag there, so probably that's what he was hoping for, but just got some minor information, some sometimes hints. So not really paying out at the moment. We will see.
Oh, not yet. Both playing Minuet. Well, one's getting Minuet, one's the other one's playing Minuet, so...
Yeah.
Saria has...
Cola will probably play it soon.
Saria Sun Song.
Why did Marco buy a shield?
Domain's Path to Goma? Was that what that was?
Muscle memory. Yes, it was Domain to Goma.
Thank you.
Yeah, shoutouts to Marco buying a shield. Definitely has a shield. Maybe he didn't open the shield grave chest?
He might not have. He might have just saw it and left.
I did not see that hint. It's also possible that Marco didn't play that song because he knew that Epona song was there and didn't want it right now. So I think that was the hint that we got. But I can't totally remember.
We just got a dual hint that had Slingshot on it, which Marco will probably keep that in mind, but Slingshot
what was the hint?
Show up. It was a dual hint for somewhere.
Got it.
It was like Slingshot and some refill. I didn't see where though.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't see it either, obviously.
Marco reads hints faster, and isn't English his second language?
Yeah. CAC to
yeah,
KD.
He reads it Oh, there's a slingshot.
Oh, there's a slingshot.
He reads them faster than I can as a native speaker.
You know, again, I said this, like, when I'm a tracker, I'm great at reading hints. Commentating, it's impossible. Brain works at 1% capacity when I'm on comms. Anything interesting? Strength on 40 skulls that we may or may not need. Probably not, but, you know.
Well, I think the interesting thing is still we started with Prelude as Child and Golden Ruby. So probably the most poverty start you can get outside of, I don't know, maybe Saria's start.
Yeah. And we have, like, no items. We just got a slingshot. So...
Yeah. I know, on comms we have to watch both and read chat.
You know, and sometimes we can't even do that. So...
Oh. It's a lot to take in.
Path right now is Domain to Goma and CAC to KD. I can do hints if VT wants me to do hints. I just haven't been. VT, let me know if you want me to do that. I, again, did not read that hint, so...
No. I was watching Marco play a Ocarina Memory game for some reason.
Much more interesting.
I don't know. I know Marco's not going to fail it, but it's always funny when it's like last Ocarina mini game. You know,
it's kind of a hard check because riding the bean was something. Okay, focus on one thing at a time. Here we go.
Okay, there's a big chest. There you go.
What was I gonna say?
There's fire
arrows.
You're gonna predict that.
I was gonna be like, yeah, this is the fire arrows for Wasteland.
Oh,
that's the dream, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that hint was actually a duplicate of the invisible. Yeah, there it is, right there. The invisible spitting blades is slingshot and a refill.
Oh, okay.
Which now no one's gonna care about. Cole was like, "Oh, okay, I'll keep that in mind." He's about to find a slingshot here.
That's actually great to know. You don't have to open those chests at all. Mm-hmm. Just don't go there.
And apparently, there's a bow in the toilet.
There's also a bow on the arch, so we're probably gonna get that one.
Yeah, that one's way more accessible.
Yeah. We just need a little bomb chew or something. little scale
Yeah,
to get us there.
Scale.
So
I was gonna say scale. I've seen a few seeds just up here in brackets where it's like logical entrance to Zora's River was scale, and I always think that's a fun one.
yeah, scale is my favorite item in the game. So
Why is
I don't know
that?
if you knew that. Because when I don't have scale, I'm depressed. Um,
Oh damn! Sorry to hear that.
yeah, it's just like I am a person who needs to be able to dive in between Lost Woods and River. If I can't do that, not good. Routing suffers.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair. It's
and
like a
also I
quality of
forget that I
life
don't
thing.
have one. It's like I play Minuet and I'm like, what am I doing? I can't get to Ice Cavern.
Mhm.
So why
Oh
do they
no,
need something
it's
for
bomb
Arch?
shoes to access Zora's River. So as a
Yeah.
child, to logically access Zora's River, you need an explosive or you need Zora's scale.
Yeah. The bean salesman is in the river behind the rocks as child, and so then you need to get to him somehow.
How did he get there?
You know, maybe he's just always been there, and then the rocks fell.
He was raised by the Octoroks and Cuckoos.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, what a life. All right, so we're going to see Richard here at night on Marco's side as he does Child Night Market, while Cola is now clearing out Lost Woods, heading back to Kokiri proper now. There's some bomb shoes.
Speaking of
Again,
choose,
talking about them in chat, evoking them.
I
Nice
know.
Sun Song play here from Movement for Marco. Let's see. Is he going to rush those beans? That's what this is looking like.
rush them beans. Probably. Bo doesn't open a ton, but it sure is nice to have. And he can go up and do the rest of checks in like river and stuff.
And as we were talking about that, I guess we got a hint for Bean in the Lake's dead. Our other dual hint.
Great. Perfect. Buy less beans.
Buy less beans. Bean stocks are dropping.
He does exploit you for money. So
Ooh, that was a 20 pack too. Marco's going to be writing that for a while.
20? Amazing.
Now the challenge is remembering what you did out of logic with explosives.
Yeah. I know. I'm sure that Marco, his brain for Ooter is just insane. I just click off all of these things on my little tracker. Also,
That's a new
Cack to
tab.
Evil's Bane.
So we have Kakariko Path to King Dodongo and Evil's Bane now.
Yeah. So something could be on 10, 20 skulls. Something could be on chickens. We don't know. Requiem is probably Path for one of those things. We're not sure
Okay.
yet.
Here's a really mean one. I don't think this is it. We got Kakariko to King Dodongo. What if it's the 40 strength?
It can't be. I wish you were right, but it can't be,
Would you
unfortunately.
like to explain to chat why it can't be?
Yeah, so if something is on an always hint, that cannot be the directly hinted path item. So anything on skulls, right, on hinted skulls 30, 40, and 50, will not be hinted path, but it could be 10 or 20, since those are not directly hinted. Or sometimes hint. Thank you, Zeph.
There you go. And that's a big component of understanding the rule sets for the season is knowing how the hints work.
Yeah, that's probably like the main one that you learn early is what can be hinted path and what can't be. Like ZL can never be directly hinted path in these settings. And then some other settings do some other things as well.
Yeah.
Redead Grotto, yes, that counts as CAC. That's never a sometimes hint either, I think. So, yeah.
So Cola just did Cuckoos with Talon there, and going back to why Cola probably didn't do that earlier is because Cola probably wanted to check Foolishes before spending time on it, and knowing that their save and quitted child was Silo, knew that they could do it at any time, and that they were going to walk by it later. So they were likely fishing for, a few seconds of time save there.
Yeah.
And we're on to
this
see
is
Redead
a-
Grotto.
Bomb locked check, bomb or hammer locked check on Marco's side.
Which is just a heart, so nothing to think about. He is going to grab it, though, just in case he has
Good.
to go into fire or start
badge.
swimming without 2x.
Yeah. It's also just, I don't know, it's nice to have. I think we're doing water. If we have to go to Central Pillar, it's nice to have, like, 4 hearts, probably, is what Marco can do Central Pillar on. I need, like, 15 minimum.
Oh, absolutely.
That's all you get, chat. Not saying it again.
Chat's got a real fixation on dragons, but so do I. Dragons are cool.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, both getting skulls here. This is common play.
Marco's
as
already at
child.
7, though. Cola's a
You
little
have
bit behind on the
Sunsong?
skulls.
Yeah.
You do have Sunsong,
Sunsong's really nice for skulls. I feel like all the skull seeds I've seen this season, we get Sunsong early. So, maybe a bad omen. You're funny, chat. Nothing on Dampe. Thanks. Yeah, we're gonna check the Redead grave here. I don't know if Marco will do flame storage in the Royal Tomb. Already got the song out, but might decide to get that check too. See?
Marco might go for it, and then if, for whatever reason, if he drops it, he might just orphan it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Like, you don't get the flame storage, you just leave. Forget
I've seen
it.
that a lot this season. It's it's one of those tricks that's like all these runners know it, but every once in a while it's really easy to mess up, and so then you're just
for
like,
sure.
oh, screw it, I'm just gonna orphan it. If this is it, that's whatever.
Yeah, and they already have fire arrows, and they know where a bow is, so we just need magic. I know it's a big just, but yeah.
We just need magic.
That's all, right? Yeah, haha. 3 hours later. Marco's gonna do chickens. Sunsong is so nice to have. You don't have to think about time of day ever. You can just do these night and day cack stuff at the same time.
Well, you don't need to think about time of day. A lot of these runners will, as some of them are allergic to playing Sunsong because it technically is, spent time doing something that you could be, moving, doing anything else. So typically Sunsong is only used when they're like, okay, this is more optimal than me just kind of like waiting out time of day and guessing it. I believe I might be wrong on this one. Someone can correct me if they know. I think fellow commentator Emo Soda, I think I remember him saying once, hates playing Sunsong. There's scale. There's
I was just going to say that Emo Soda is the person I know who hates Sunsong. So I don't think I will ever see them play it. Scale. Speaking of scale logic, river, domain. Now in logic, and look at Marco using that scale to take the best shortcut in the game to river. That's path for what path? Who knows?
That's a good question. We still have more checks in CAC, but that's starting to look like a good option.
Yeah.
We did get Song of Time off of Sunsong, which would be Graveyard, but Storms gave us Requiem.
Yes.
So there's a few options here. Oh, for Sega Force Meadow, and there's our first hook shot.
Let's go.
Out to see some more aggressive Skulltula plays on Marco's side, I think.
We'll see.
Yeah, we didn't find anything in River.
That's right.
So if that was the path, then maybe the scale's for somewhere else. Like we haven't seen like
could just be for beans, right? For that bow.
Yeah, or Lake Hylia dive for the Ruta's letter bottle. My favorite scale check because it's so out of the way.
Oh my god, that one's dumb. I don't like that check. As a scale lover, I'm like, do we need this?
Well, especially in a seed where we already have a hint for the 2 bean checks and
Lake
already being dead. So now you're just like, all right, when do I go to Lake?
Yeah.
I guess when you're in domain and it's right there.
Lake isn't foolish, right? Ooh.
No. Foolish was Valley, Jabu, and Fountain.
Yeah. And Valley Foolish, it's gonna be hard to get to Lake.
Yeah, so
and set up Scarecrow?
To catch up, Cola does not have access to Hookshot yet, as Marco got that out of logic using a bomb Chupac he got from Richard. Cola has not done Richard in Night Market. So Cola can't get that yet.
Yeah, so this is going to be a really great child one for Marco. Going to get to do child GC, the bane of many people's existence. Well, not Dancing Dad, but...
Never blame Dad.
Not him. And no idea where Saria's is. GTG toilet repeat.
Let's see what's on the other side of these rocks.
No idea. I think it was small.
No idea. I'm guessing Marco went, I didn't see a big chest, so it's not a big chest.
Yeah.
I'm
Someone said to me once, not to me, but I was there. They're like, okay, you just have to believe that if you don't see anything, then it's small. You just have to remember that. And I feel like that's hard to get in the habit of, because you're trying to look for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would have gotten the skull there too.
Marco might just be locked in right now and be having a lot more on his plate to think about. So skull is a low priority.
Yeah. Skull Mask is Rudo's letter. Which is really good info.
That is
for
good
Marco.
Info.
He's still child.
Yeah, he's already set up Keaton Mask too.
Yep. Yeah, and we have Minuet. We just run over there and do it whenever. Yeah, that's nice. And Foolish Jabu, you're not going to get baited into going in there for the ring. It's always nice to see.
Oh yeah. That's always low on the list, of course, though, but it's a required dungeon this seed with the medallions, so some runners will look at that and go, hey, that's logic, I'm gonna go do it anyways.
Yeah, I just get nervous, you know, when you see letter before rang.
Sure.
Yeah. 9 skulls already. Wow.
Yeah. That's only gonna get faster once he goes back to adult.
Yeah, we have that hook shot now, and we have Sun Song. Oh, easy game.
Easy, but time consuming. He might get trapped into, pushing that for you, and maybe Cole will just walk into 2 strengths and we won't need gold. You never know.
Welcome in. I have chortles. I think that's a reference to Bowser's Inside Story. Hi. So what they're trying to do is beat the game. They need to... Oh, there's the bomb bag. Scale to bomb bag for King Dodongo. Okay. I'm focused. Hi. They're beating the game. They need to beat Ganon. They need the 6 medallions. And they need the light arrows. And magic. And a bow. Yeah. That's it. They don't need all the items. They need the items to beat those 6 medallion dungeons. And yes, we got a bomb bag.
Yeah. And this is the lower brackets semifinals. And so this is there's 5 matches left in the Season 8 tournament, which is the standard rules Season 8 for the Ocarina of Time randomizer community. So the winner of this match will go on to play in the lower semifinals. Okay, so this is quarterfinals for Giddy. So this is lower quarterfinals. Winner will go on to lower semifinal, and they have a chance to make it to grand finals, and they'll play against whoever wins winners finals, which is scheduled for this Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Was it 5? Oh, the time has been changed like 3 times.
Yeah, that one's changed twice. But
5 p.m. Yeah.
5 p.m. Eastern.
I will not be there, but everyone
I will
have a good time. I know. You're going to be commentating. Probably.
Wow. Probably.
Amazing.
We had 3 signups and then one unassigned when the time got changed, and then the time changed again, got a 3rd, and now they've unsigned up again. So I'm like, well, me and Lefty are still here.
Yeah, I was supposed to track, but I cannot do Friday, so I will not be there. But you all will have a wonderful time. Was it Domain Path to Goma also? Yes.
Let's see, yes. Yeah, that's where the question chat came from. Bomb bag can't be Goma Path, right? It could. It could be in a string. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, totally say Kokiri's sword is locked behind, a bomb grotto. That could be how that's path, is the multiple steps.
Yeah, so the path to KD in CAC was the scale, which led you to the bomb bag, and then the path to Goma is the bomb bag. So these paths are just sort of converging together, which happens, and it's totally legal.
I'm glad that you reaffirmed to everybody that it's totally legal.
Well,
nothing
just everybody knows. Here. No need to call the police. Everything is in line. Yes, there could also be something else in Domain. Bomb bag locks so many things that I'm inclined to say that it's the bomb bag, but again, we will see.
Well, Well, everyone's favorite King Zora loves to hold items too. He's got a few things up his sleeve.
Hate that
Or
guy.
at least one. Why do you hate him? He has the
Because
best
the
sound
chick
effect in
is
the
so
game.
hard to route in.
But he's so
you go to
funny on
ice.
hover boots.
Yes, he does make a great sound. But man, he is annoying. I do not like him. He's hard to get to. No, thank you.
All
Rudo's ladder, it's a little better. But
We're going to see Bomb Chew bowling for the first time here on the right for Cola. First reward is 5
he's
rupees.
gonna blow up the dog. Okay, good.
No, dog's fine.
Run, little
He's just blowing
dog.
up the clerk.
He's
Cola's
being really
specifically
nice,
trying not to
actually.
blow up the dog there, it looks like.
No, it's
his
actually
arc
really
container.
sweet. Thanks, Cola.
Thanks, Cola. Baseball
yeah.
appreciates it. Can't wait
That
to
was
see
cute.
Marco decimate a dog, though.
I know, right? And then it's like, well, I have to root for Cola.
Damn.
Yeah. I will ask him about that.
Marco diving out to Lake here.
Yeah,
Which
this
it
is
looks-
convenient. Set up Scarecrow now. You never
It looks
know
like
when you're
the-
gonna need it.
Oh, yeah. And then the Rudo's letter looks like it was a stick. So not a huge deal.
Yeah, I honestly didn't see it, but they didn't go for it, so I trust.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't care about her. I care about the dog.
She's
So-
immortal.
She's fine.
She raises more questions than brings answers. If
Yeah,
you've seen her
yeah.
full model, you know what I mean. How is she at the counter?
Hook was an SFM grotto. It's bomb locked.
Yep.
So now it's in logic.
Yeah. Just had to take a little detour to Zora's domain.
Yeah. No
And now we're
problem.
gonna see Child fishing for the first time. This seed.
Great check.
Marco getting trolled. Marco getting trolled. Pull it in. There you go. Cole's going back to adult, which would just be his
Yeah,
second goal,
he's-
actually.
I'm sure that he will. It's pretty convenient to get to since we have Minuet. So,
Mm-hmm.
see? Look at that. He's gone.
Then Marco immediately playing Requiem.
Gonna plant that bean.
Gotta play the
Get that
beans,
bow.
gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Colossus Arch has has a freestanding bow, which is a lot better than going to GTG toilet. So
Yeah, getting
toilet
the iron
fans-
boots. So,
Yeah, it's true. We do have Song of Time already.
yeah. We probably will get the irons, but,
We have to.
well, yeah.
Well, logically.
Yeah. Where's Jax? They're DLC.
Style points if they go to toilet for bow, they will not go to toilet for bow, no matter how many style points you give them.
Yeah, if they go to toilet, something has gone wrong. at
They
some
forgot
point.
if they go to
They
toilet.
forgot. We ran out of checks. They think they mismarked it, you know.
Yeah. That's a problem for them 3 hours from now, though, if they're still in this seed.
Exactly.
Marco playing with the safety Hylian shield, I respect it.
I do this too. It makes me feel
Me too.
good that he's doing it, you know?
Marco's a
even
top
Marco.
runner, and if he does it, then it makes me feel good. I see
He's
most of these
human.
runners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see most of the runners still here with Deku Shield, and I'm like, dude, don't get burned.
I'm like fulling in Deku nuts if I have to do that. Oh, man.
So, Spirit is a stone, so it's technically not required. However, if for whatever unforsaken reason Nocturne's on all dungeons, we just found boss key on Child side, so Child side Spirit would be required if we have to finish Spirit.
Yeah, we don't have an Ocarina of Time hint, first of all. At least I don't think we do.
Not yet.
So we don't know if we'll need to complete all of the stones, but there could always just be something here or in Fire Temple that we need to get.
So it's like, Marco's grabbing it for safety here, and this is a very smart thing to do, especially this
yeah.
early in the seed still. But I'm sure he's like, I hope I don't have to use this.
Yeah, and Marco is one of those people who like can play safe and still destroy everyone. So he can just
I would
grab
say-
this.
Yeah, I would say the same about Colo as well. But all
yeah.
of our runners in brackets have been killing it.
For
It's just out
sure.
of these two runners, I'd say Colo's likely the one to play a little bit more aggressive, which we've seen here in some of the earlier rounds. Where
Yeah,
he's having a tendency to orphan more checks and be like, I'll check that later.
yeah.
Which
he does
so
that,
far hasn't
though.
paid out, but
Yeah,
it might pay out later.
He is that player, though. That's a little bit more aggressive. Sometimes he's very aggressive, and it's really fun. So I would expect him to play more aggressively in general.
Mm-hmm. Especially with this late in the brackets. You know, this is the fifth game left in Season 8. So if you're going to play aggressive and take risks, now's definitely the time.
Yes. And it's win or go home. So that might push some players to play safe. That might push some players to be like, well, everything's on the line. Let's just go crazy with it. So just
Cole there on the right was holding the spin slash to peek the back of the maze. And I can verify there's nothing on the left. There's no big chest over there. So Cole's is not even opting to go back there.
Yeah. Did I say winner goes home? Chloe, I'm dumb. You have to keep that in mind. Brain slow.
I know what you meant. You said winner or go home, but it sounded like
win or go home. Yeah. Okay.
That's what you meant.
Okay, that's what I meant. You have to account for my brain not working. So
well, we're about to fire up your synapses here with the Bolero check, which is Nocturne.
All
right,
get out of here, Oak.
That's a sigh of relief for the runners, not for us. Though, what it means, right?
Winners get eliminated would be a fun bracket. Just sabotage.
Whoever wins first loses.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yes.
All dungeons looking pretty slim right now with that find.
Yeah, we have ZL. Could be like storms, I guess?
Yeah, storm like what chat's saying, which we've seen in the seed. I think the last two seeds I've commented were both storms on Ocarina of Time, which is pretty unfortunate.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, because you get it very late, and then you're going to go, okay, am I going to go do frogs? Am I going to do overworld checks? Or am I going to go do the obvious thing, which is rush well, like Cola getting magic in.
What did I say?
Magic. Yeah, you're like, it's right there. 40 minutes in.
It's going to be right here.
Cola's already magic loaded.
Yeah, we can do that Royal Tomb check. We got the fire arrows. We will get the bow soon.
Yeah, this is as Cola keeps going, the more I'm like, I don't really know who has the item advantage yet.
No, I don't know.
Part of me wants to say Marco because I think playing the 40 here is good. But then, again, in his last match against Hyper, he lost a lot of time collecting skulls when he didn't need to. Granted, that time he didn't know what was on 10 and 20, and we knew 30 through 50 was dead. But this time he knows there's something on 40, so it's even more. It's harder to say I'm going to skip these when it's like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I do think, like people are saying in chat, Marco's routing has been a little bit better. He did get bomb shoes earlier, and sometimes that early difference in item can sort of swing the whole race. Especially lately, I feel like that's true. I feel like early differences have led to big differences late.
Yeah. It's threading that optimal routing because at the end of the day, no matter what you get time. And here's why Marco did child side. You want to see what was in the box, which was fish emotional support.
He wanted to get the little fish.
He wanted the fish. Aww. He did all of Child Spirit to get a fish.
Don't we all? You know? Hey, you don't have to pick up a fish for Jabu. You can just dump that one out. Yeah.
He's gonna dump it for bugs.
Yeah. I hope not. Oh god, bug skulls. Oh, it's getting bad.
I mean, if Marco wants to play it aggressive, he's got bottle and hookshot now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an interesting question, I guess, whether it's aggressive to go for the hinted strength or aggressive to just be like, nah, I'll get a different one. Different forms of aggression, I guess. I don't know what skill that was.
More active. I would say the aggressive play would be to not play strength.
You don't even need it, probably.
It's right there on the to DC, right? Oh, it's King Dodongo left it outside for us.
Oh my god, we can beat Forest. Ew. Okay.
What do you mean ew? It's required.
I'm prepared.
I'm not going to stand here and have Forest hate. Right, well, I guess I'm sitting, but you get my point.
You know, me too. I'm also sitting. Yeah, sometimes there's something about that top of Dodongo's cavern check that's just like, you never routed in early enough and you're like, well, my bombs were just there, or whatever. I feel like that happens to me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but with that fine, Cola still just might go, if the 40 is my second strength, then I need it. Oh well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if this was like 20 minutes later and he still didn't have strength 1, he'd probably still be thinking more about collecting the Skulltulas and him almost
Right.
turning away from that big chest. Didn't have faith that he'd find all the slingshots are now.
Let's go. Love to see it. Love a slingshot refill.
Mm-hmm. Marco with the first bow.
Marco can't quite use the fire arrows, but soon be able to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Which is exciting for Forest Temple. Bow does give you archery. That's true. Maybe he'll put on the blindfold for us.
Is he going into forest without strength? It is required, so it's not like he's losing a lot of time here. Oh,
yeah,
you know what
it is
he's
kind of
probably thinking?
unfortunate.
I was gonna say he forces a lot of quick, easy skulls, especially in the first half. He might just be thinking, "Let me get some progression in. Let me push my skulls a little faster, and if I don't find strength here, that's okay."
Yeah, I think that like going to the courtyard is fine. You don't lose any time, so I'm not really mad about it. Cola will just be able to complete it when he goes, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Boss Key.
The theme of the day you see is boss keyed on the first check.
Yeah. I'm not mad about it.
So Cola about halfway through Dodongo's cavern now. Gonna peek this. Looks like it's a small chest.
This is not how I peek this chest, so I could not see it.
It looked like it was like a heart one. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see most of the runners use this peek, so I just kind of gotten used to it.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just never paying attention when they do this one. I don't know.
Well, it is Dodongo's cavern, so this does kind of feel like a free cavern, except when you get the short hop off the ledge for Cola. That feels bad, man.
Link is an idiot a lot of the time. I blame him for all of my gameplay. Because Link is bad at the game.
Well,
nothing.
You're making oh my goodness, I forgot the saying. Oh well, it was like the making lemons out of lemonade or whatever, but then I wanted to say orange juice out of lemons. I'm like, I don't know, that's it. But there's Din's Fire for Marco.
Oh my god.
And knowing that Magic is just sitting out there in Crater, which he hasn't gone to yet, that's gonna mean that we're set up to do Shadow fairly early in this seed.
We can dip and get those first couple of checks, basically as soon as he goes to Crater and gets Nocturne. So that's nice to have. I'm a little sad that the fire arrows are not gonna come into play at all, but I'll survive somehow.
I'm actually a little surprised to see Shadow this early. Shadow's been usually pretty deep in these seeds often, and now it's readily available, but it's just a medallion.
We have Nocturne, we have Dins, we have Magic, and we have Hookshot. So we can go into Shadow, do the first 2 checks. This is like the items between the runners, right?
Oh, Cole getting another biggie. Bug bottle!
Another bottle!
The more useful bottle.
Marco doesn't even have to dump out the fish bottle for bugs. Nope. He can just use that one. The fish remains with us.
Alright, let's see what's on DC himself, or KD. Whoa.
Yeah.
He's not the whole cave. He's just the one guy.
They do be in a cave, though.
Sorry, I've been playing Monster Hunter, and some of them are big enough to be the caves.
Oh, that's fun.
It is.
I heard it just came out, so...
It did.
I'm glad people are having fun with it.
Yeah, just like we're having fun with Ocarina of Time Randomizer right now.
I'm always having fun with it.
Absolutely.
Cola beats King Dodongo. Excellent job.
Truly the toughest boss fight to execute on.
You know, people have died here.
That's true. I don't know if anyone's been watching What the Hell's Happened, aka Hells. Doing his was it 5-hit death seeds? Yeah. Or you get 1-hit KO, so he has 5 lives. So this is an instance where that could happen if you're really unlucky. But there's our Shadow Medallion. So Cola with the first bridge requirement.
Some say it takes up to 12 bomb chews to beat him. You're funny. Go watch some of the previous races, everybody. Good times were had.
To be fair, the bomb tree trick on
It
KD
is hard.
Kind of, it's hard.
Yes. Oh, it's definitely hard. It's
Just like
fun.
that moblin that Marco just got stabbed by. That guy likes to troll me too. It's
I
okay,
hate
Marco.
this guy. He
Yeah,
sucks. Yeah, sometimes it's like, well, what are you doing? You're never here hitting me. And then here you are.
I think Marco can take the time loss considering how well executed his first 45 minutes has been.
15 skulls. He's unreal.
Okay.
Okay, not on 10.
Nope. 10
So
is
far,
dead.
just Requiem and Scale for our paths.
Cole heading back to Child now.
Probably gonna do the bean stuff now to get the bow, since he knows he can beat Forest once he gets that.
Mm-hmm.
And why not do Forest when you can do it? So,
Yep. And here's Marco. Definitely thinking about
pushing. Pushing
he's,
for
he's
skulls.
pushing. He's
Yeah.
like, I haven't gone to DMT. I don't have strength there.
He's
But
like,
anyways,
I don't remember my last match. It's been too long. I'll push
that
skulls.
or he could be thinking like if I lose to not pushing 40,
Yeah.
I'll feel stupider than just not playing.
True. Fair enough.
And
fair
also,
enough.
there's a point where runners commit to a strategy, right? So Kola might be far enough along where he's going to commit to just not pushing skulls. Or Marco's
Yeah.
like, if I'm committing to doing skulls, I'm committing now, and I'm just going to do it. Otherwise,
yeah.
you're just wasting time.
That's like a really big thing in the game. If you commit to something, you commit to it. It's like with your decisions.
Yeah, because you're just losing time otherwise.
You lose time otherwise. You're gonna make a play, make the play.
So I think we've still only seen 3 path hints, which
That's
we've
right.
resolved at least one of those.
Yeah.
With the Kakariko for Zora scale to King Dodongo bomb bag
Yep.
in Zora's domain. So now
Yeah.
the question is, what are our other 2 path hints?
Yeah, are we gonna get like Forest to Bongo? You know? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
We still have a lot of the seed left to play. Our runners have been taking up different strategies and here, but it's mostly been visiting the same locations at different times and prioritizing different things. Still haven't seen the majority of the dungeons, so still a lot of questions to be answered.
Kola has the skull mask, so he can sort of loop all of this together, get the Rudo's letter, get the beans, open Jabu, I guess, if he wants to. Fountain is foolish, right? So no point, I guess, opening it if you don't want to. But
we're gonna need to go there eventually, but for now, not too worried about it.
yeah, I would move KZ because convenience. But Kola is better than I am. So
Yeah.
probably doesn't have to do that.
But he is gonna go plant this bean, like you mentioned, gonna play for that bow a little bit faster because while going to courtyard, like you mentioned, isn't any of a time lost in forest, any amount of backtracking, especially runners at this level, see it as, a waste of time. So if they
feels
could
bad.
do something in one they could do something in one visit, and if even 30 seconds, that's still 30 seconds. And racing against anyone this far in the bracket, 30 seconds is a lot of time.
It is a lot. Yeah, interesting. Kola doing exactly what Marco did here. Gonna do Child Spirit. Probably going to get the boss key and small key as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't remember what
Well,
else
the
Marco did
hand.
here. I stopped looking.
Uh,
oh yeah,
Marco
the hand at the
Went
bottom.
all the way up to the hand to get the bottle.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
So Kola
So-
probably peeked it and will probably also go up there.
Absolutely. Even though everyone seems to hate the sunblock room.
People really don't like it. It is slow. So I get
Yeah,
that.
it's pushing blocks, but so's a lot of
I
this
push
game.
a lot of blocks.
You put-
It's fine.
I'm a
I
big
do have to
block
kill the
pusher.
BMOS though, so it's slow for me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Kola does not care. He's like, this is my Deku shield. Maybe burn it if you want to, I guess. He has the skull mask. I don't know if he was wearing it. But yeah, he's risky right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to the point, Frank. Sunblock does feel worse as adult, because at that point, you're like, man, I had to do all of Spirit for this, and I could have skipped this potentially.
Yeah. Cola is skipping the boss key, notably.
That is spicy, but that is up in Cola's alley. Cola's looking at that and goes, yeah, I have to walk through like another 2 doors to get to that. I'm not doing that.
Exactly. A bunch more things that could burn my shield. I don't need to beat Spirit, probably.
Yeah,
we don't know what's on OoT.
The only thing behind OoT that would be scary, as we mentioned earlier, is storms. There's a very low probability Sarius has anything. Serenade's nice, but with Lake dead, they're only going to really go there to do water for the most part.
Yeah.
And then not having Bolero is stinky, but we have a Stone Fire Temple. We may not have to come back up.
That's right.
So Cola's gambling on a small time save that could be a large time loss later.
Yes.
But we'll have to see as it shakes out. Because our other stone dungeon is Fire Temple. So that's, stuck on Hammer being somewhere unavailable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so chat pointing out Marco fighting strength there above DC and getting a little grumpy about it. As I think Marco was playing with the idea that that might be their first strength on 40. Especially since he found Hookshot and Bomb Bag logically pretty fast. But again, might need that strength later. We don't know what the third strength is. Yep. So...
yeah, GTG is always looming, and there is Strength 2 stuff in there, and Adult Spirit as well. So,
Yeah, so these bracket matches are best of 1 until the grand finals, correct?
Yeah, then it's a bracket reset, so the person who's coming up from loser's bracket starts with an 0-1 disadvantage. So they have to win, and then they have to win again. But the person from the winner's bracket just has to win once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Basically, you can only lose twice in the whole tournament. That's it.
Yeah. Some people have been in lower brackets for longer. I still keep pointing to Volk. Volk dropped down in a lower bracket round 1, but then has been just on a tirade. So if Volk comes out season champion by the end, Volk would have had to play the most amount of matches possible to get there.
Did you watch Zavi versus Volk?
But yeah, unfortunately Volk did not make it out of quarterfinals.
Yeah.
That would have been nuts.
That was 3 days ago. I was there for that match.
Whoa.
Wow. I know, what a surprise. Me? Had an Ocarina of Time race.
Wow. Say it
Marco has 20 skulls. It's probably good to get 20 either way, since Cac is path to Evil's Bane, and it's usually just pointing to light arrows. I know I would get 20 here.
Yeah, and he's already committed to it, it seems like, so might as well just do it. Well, the question will be if he continues to go past 20. I think he'll probably pick up Skulltulas on the way, but I don't think you're going to see him pushing Overworld Skulltulas.
Yeah, Cola is going back for the boss key. I guess thought about it and was like, I guess OOT could be Storms, and then picked up the boss key. That's at least my assumption of his thoughts.
Yeah, he probably was weighing the time cost of going back and getting it versus how much he could lose.
Yeah.
And he just went, I'm just going to grab it.
And
because what if you do have to do...
Yeah. He doesn't want to equip his slingshot for this.
No, why would you? That's a pause. That costs time.
It's a pause. Exactly. Exactly.
Deku Nuts are the unsung hero of this game. I remember growing up as a kid, never used them, and then start doing randomizers and speedruns. You're like, wow, this is like the best item in the game.
I never have enough of them. Constantly need more. Yeah, skipping the skull though, he's fine. We probably only need 20, right? Bo is on the arch.
Made decision to not push 40.
Yes. Bo's on the arch and Colossus. Cola's gonna get it. Right now, Dins is in forest. Early. He played Song of Time.
I mean, you're in the Temple of Time. Might as well pay some homage to it.
Open the door of time, shall we?
Close the door of time.
Right.
Yeah, so he's gonna go grab Bo here and then likely play Minuet and go clear out all of Forest.
Yep.
And then depending on what he might go to Shadow right afterwards with the Dins and Magic. He might just
I
go,
wouldn't
well,
be surprised. Yeah.
it's required and I got it, and I'll grab a hint either on the way in or on the way out. I might not have hovers to cross, but it's progression. I'm going to have to do the front anyways.
There was someone, I can't remember if it was Cola or Mr. Mario, who said that they didn't like a dip into Shadow for the first two. It was one of them. And one of them is playing.
The question
we'll
is it the one who likes dipping or not?
Exactly.
I understand not liking to dip in the Shadow because, as we were just talking about earlier, you don't want to have to go back and retread old ground if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Is this with Shadow? You turn off to the left, walk off to the side, then you just walk back. So I feel like it's a less dirty of a dip than some other ones, but still, when you're there, you want to get it done. Especially since I know some runners are like, "Oh boy, 15 minutes of Shadow. I'd rather just do it at once and forget about it than have to break it up."
Yes. Also, interestingly, they both did a quick spin in the Dodongo's blue warp. I don't know why they both did that.
Speedrunner good luck.
I guess. Like, they're both just like, I'm really good at the game. Hee hee. No ice play yet. He could go into ice, but first, we're doing forest.
We did see a hint earlier, which I believe Cola got and Marco both got, which is that the final item of ice from Sheik is dead. So that's already not great. The only thing that they'd be thinking about for ice right now is maybe you get storms out of it, which they're not at the point where they're really that hungry for storms. And then also with Fountain dead, that's looking really out of the way. Oh, there's light arrows on archery. So that's a potentially very, very early bridge, unless we still haven't found Kokiri yet. That could be our bottleneck.
Yeah, again, K-Sword is
Nagoma.
just bomb locked at the moment. It could be on KZ. But, we don't know. So far, it could be anywhere. 20 Skulls is dead. Sorry, Marco.
And to your point earlier, Kakariko to use Banes is usually light arrows, and it surely was.
I was right. As I so often am. Just kidding.
No, you're right.
Yeah. Here we are in Forest Temple, everybody.
Marco coming back to finish it.
Yeah, Marco has already done the first few checks, so we don't have to watch them do the exact same things at the exact same time.
Listen, I'm not having any of this Double Forest heresy. It's got nice music. It's got creepy, spooky vibes. All right, I know it's a little out of season, being at almost the start of spring. It's got four good girl ghosts. I do like the Meg's better than the others, but
I'm a Green Poe stan, so I don't mind Forest as a player. When I'm doing it, I'm like, yes, comfy Forest. I know what to do. I know how to do it. I know where to go.
And importantly, it's time to think. Like we're dunking on Shadow Temple, but Shadow Temple does have a little bit more execution problems for some runners, especially in the high nerve situation. Right. Running without lens, moving platforms. Forest, there's a lot less to worry about in terms of like platforming execution. It's just pushing blocks, clearing out rooms. So this is a really good time to think about what they're going to be doing after this. If they want to try that Shadow Dip, if they want to go push something else, there still might be another item in here somewhere. Unfortunately, the medallion off Forest is just water, so it's not going to really open up anything for us right now. Yeah, so they're gonna be considering.
We don't even have the burning cack hint yet. I don't even know what it locks. So, water medallion is useless to me at the moment. That is a good group costume idea.
You mentioned it, so I have to call it out. Yeah, good call out in chat for group Halloween costume. Yeah, the 4 Poe sisters. That seems easy and fun. That's a good one.
It does seem fun. People just wear those colors. I call green Poe, so just so
it's like a Pac-Man group cosplay, except better ghosts.
Or like the Powerpuff Girls, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Or Rowdy Rough Boys.
What? Did you just make
that
up?
Do you not know Powerpuff Girl lore?
No.
Wow, I'm gonna have to introduce you to him. He's a
just made that up.
No, that's a real villain.
I haven't seen that show since I was like a child.
Marco just found Stone of Agony, which he's definitely seen more recently than childhood.
Yeah, when I was first starting with Rando, I loved when I got the Stone of Agony because it would tell me right where the grottos were. It wouldn't like waste bombs. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't know that, but I didn't. Marco's still getting skulls. Thinking about 40. FYI.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right. That Skulltua's right there. I mean, I know he missed the one in Goron City Maze earlier, but
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I forget about Goron City Maze. It's not the most exciting place to be.
I don't think I've ever forgotten that skull. I know, built different. But I play slowly, so that's why.
You play thoroughly.
Yes. I'm a
That's
safe
the
player.
phrasing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a comfy player.
I am.
Yeah.
Marco getting another key. Woo. Very exciting.
Mhm. Cola pushing blocks. Oh, they're excited. Both in the block push room. Marco's already pushed his blocks.
Oh my gosh, they're holding hands. Adorable.
Yeah. Holding hands. So
High-fiving.
in race communities and randomizer communities, when both players are in the same location, that's commonly referred to as either holding hands, high-fiving, I'd say sharing a brain cell, the stars aligning, fates deciding.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
The stars are aligning. I do like
Sharing-
holding hands because it's like, look at them. They're like besties playing together, you know?
Or
And that makes
you
me
can
happy.
think they like sharing a pie. It's a treat to share this pie with you, which is four
Exactly. It's just like, Mr. Gentech, get out of here. None of that.
But it is over the 1 hour mark, so we do want to thank
So we
everyone for
are.
being here with us at ZeldaSpeedRuns. We're having a very great time watching Marco and Cola sharing their Season 8 lower bracket quarterfinals match with us. We also want to thank our trackers today, as always, for keeping it accurate. Procrastinator AT and Dominic, thank you very much. It's VT Slacker for running the restream for us. Really appreciate it. And we want to say thank you to Baseball for commentating with me today.
And thank you, Burrito, for being here
Yeah.
with me. This is fun. I
This is
never
fun.
commentate, but here I am. It's fun commentating with you.
We
so
always
thanks for being
appreciate.
here.
Ah, thanks. I appreciate that. We always like to hear a baseball commentary when it comes up. It's rare, but it's true.
Good. I'm glad. Because sometimes I really hate it. Just because I get nervous. Don't worry.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm
Everyone
okay.
always gets nervous.
Yeah.
You just have to use the plankton method, where
Go ahead.
you know, it's like, you know how when you want to sound like, some people want to sound smart by just shouting really loud and
You
then he
talk
screams
louder.
correct. Yeah.
Right.
So just like show that you're not nervous by talking more frequently and louder. It works for me. That's his
his
advice.
voice saying correct really loud came back to me as you were telling that story. And
Yeah,
it was really
exactly.
funny in my brain.
For the sake of the runners, I didn't want to scream correct into the microphone.
Yeah.
No, I'm here for you all. If you ever want to hear some plankton trivia.
Yeah. Here we are at the Blue Po. I don't know what her name is, but she's cool too, I think. My second favorite.
That's a problem, because you're the other commentator reverse of me. You're supposed to know the Poe names.
One of them is Joelle, but I think that's the green one.
Yeah, it's not. They're named after.
The book I
It's
haven't
Joelle.
read.
Oh, there we go. Joelle, Beth, Amy, and Meg. So the red
Yeah.
one's Joelle. I
Okay,
think that one was
see?
Beth.
I don't know. All I know is Meg because of what the hell's happened. So
I know
That's-
Meg just because
that's
she's the purple one.
yeah, I associate Meg almost entirely with what the hell's happened.
That's fair.
his
That is his
profile picture.
avatar.
So yeah,
All right. So both of them are making it through the back half of Forest now. We're going to be seeing Kola take on the first
Red Poe.
Poe sister. And Marco's already
Yeah,
working back. Because
for
Marco
him.
didn't have to go do Courtyard from being here previously, so Marco does have a little lead despite having to backtrack here. But
I
they
do
are
love
very
having-
close to one another.
I love having the fire arrows here. Cute little makes that room a little bit faster, and I like
Sure.
it.
I'm sure our runners wish they had wind here to save a little bit of extra movement, especially since they found magic so
Oh,
early.
for sure. Yeah, but that just
But,
means that Ferore's Wind isn't like Ganon's castle or something, so that's what that means.
Yeah, but,
also,
you
you
know.
should play League. You start with Ferore's and Lens.
Wow. Do you
play
know when
League.
League... I know League matches are going on right now, but do you know when the season starts?
Oh my god.
Like
I
formally?
should know. Well, sign-ups close Friday, March 21st. And then the season will start like 2 days after that. So you all should sign up on the League
There you go.
website that VT Slacker just put in chat. So it's fun. Check out the settings. I am a League org, so that's why I'm...
How would you describe
pushing it.
League compared to this rule set? As I've had some commentators describe it who are some of the organizers, but I want to hear what you
I would
think.
say that League focuses on quality of life in a way that Season 8 has not. We have free Scarecrow, you get your wallets filled, we have Lens, we have Furores. All of those things, I think, makes it nicer to play the game. We also start with Prelude, it's random spawns. So it's just like comfy playing, in my opinion.
Yeah, sure. It's maybe a bit more accessible for a newer player.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
still find that intimidating, there's the Scrubs tournaments, which are even more accessible.
Yeah, and that's part of the thing with League, right? Is it's mostly newer players who play League. We have a lot of high-level players like Cola who played League last year, but the bulk of the player base is newer players. So we think about those people first when making the settings. But it also has key rings, so it's fun and interesting and new for experienced runners.
Do you want to describe how key rings work really quickly?
I would love to. Key rings is one of the coolest settings I think that has been made recently, especially if you're interested in things like multi-worlds. Key rings, basically, it combines all of the small keys for a dungeon into a single item, right? So you just have to find the key ring, and then you have all the keys, right? You can include the boss key or not. In League, we did not include the boss key in the key ring. It does make dungeons stronger, right? Because we're removing a bunch of keys, so there's more item checks in there. Like water usually only has 4 item checks. It now has many more than that. So, yeah. But I like key rings. Very fun. GTG is insane. It's just full of items. Yeah.
My winner's point of key rings is I think it lends itself to more accessibility because a really big strategy of Randomizer, especially in Season 8, is counting keys. So
That's
understanding how many keys you need to do what. So, for example, in Forest Temple, you technically need, was it like 3 keys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. And so something they have to keep in mind, but this becomes really important. Stuff like Fire Temple, where climbing becomes very long, and you're like, all right, how many keys do I have? How far might I need to go? And then Spirit Key logic is obviously the main one everyone points to. So
Also,
having it on key rings, you don't have to worry about that aspect if you feel like you have too much to juggle during a seed.
Yeah, and the interesting part about League specifically is that it's beatable only, right? So you can get a dungeon where the keyring is just not accessible and you just can't go through the rest of the dungeon. So I think that those settings interplay really interestingly together, and I think that does make it interesting for experienced runners as well. Like, you might just not have to go up Fire Temple at all. Like, oh, keyring's not here. I guess I'm leaving.
Speaking of experienced runners, we have Marco over here on the left taking on Fan Gan and not going for the quick kill, but going for still a very fast fight here, getting both reflects immediately.
Yeah.
And getting Fan Gan out. That's basically the fastest you can do it without the quick kill.
Yeah, still beautiful. Well done, Marco. Marco's out of forest.
Fan Gan
And
likes
Cola's
to
right behind him.
Mm-hmm. Cola not far behind.
Yeah, fighting Meg. What the hell's happened?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing else in forest other than that Din's fire.
Yeah, so I don't think Marco's going to dip Shadow here. I think Marco's going to go do something else. Something that he could commit a bit more of his time
What
to.
is he going to do?
Well, first gets the hints, obviously.
Smart. Let's see. OOT, come on. Show us.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Cact Bane? Oh, he's not going... Or is he going around the front?
I don't know.
He's going to orphan
probably
that second
leaving.
stone.
Yeah.
Interesting to see the orphan when we still only have 3 path hands.
Yeah, that one is more of a commitment, so I kind of get it. But
Sure.
we are low on hints this seed. No
Yeah.
path to Baronade either. Where's the boomerang? You know?
Mm-hmm. I think Chat's points going to Fortress or GTG now wouldn't be a bad play,
Yeah.
but it looks like Marco has other ideas as he heads into Lost Woods here.
Ice cavern?
I know. I'm like, is this an ice play? That's what I was about to think about.
I guess it is. Otherwise, he'd play Minuet. Rudo's is
Yeah.
on Skull Mask. K-Sword, we don't know.
We don't know.
Domain's
That's the
tainted path.
bottleneck. So as I said at the beginning, I'm like, Kokiri Sword could be the bottleneck for Bridge, depending where lights are. Light arrows just being on CAC archery and having a very clear path to it. It ended up being Kokiri Sword. So that's a spicy one.
Never mind. I don't know what Marco is doing. I was thinking about KZ as well. Like maybe he thinks K Sword is on KZ, because domain is path. Marco is just... He hasn't done the grotto, I guess. So he might still go to ice.
Yeah, he might climb back up to river. Nope. He goes up here and he plays... Oh, skulls. That's right. Marco's playing skulls aggressively, so he wants to grab these river skulls, because he can grab one here, and then he can grab one back up river.
Yeah,
it's kind of awkward to get with the hook shot. But...
As well, so...
Oh yeah, you get 5 out of ice with hook shot. So from the perspective of he's still running to 40, I can see why the ice play is more attractive, especially since he is still missing 4 songs, one of those being Storms, which it very may well be just Kokiri Sword in bottom of the well, which is a very popular place for it seems like.
Yeah. Well is very dense. It is scary to not know where it is, where Storms is at this point in the seed.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be here in ice.
KZ is King Zora, so it's the big fish guy up in domain here, sitting up on the water. The Mweep.
Yeah. So when you unfreeze him with the blue fire in vanilla, he gives you the Zora tunic, King Zora. And we just call the check KZ. So
we have a lot of acronyms here.
Please ask.
Randomizer commander. So yeah, please ask if you ever need to know one or if you're not sure, especially since some of them sound similar. I was saying the other race with Hyper, OGC and IGC sound similar, so if you're ever not sure, that means outside Gan's Castle or inside Gan's Castle. So, King who? You show King Zora some deference. He's royalty. Fish royalty, but royalty.
Yeah, those are our only path hints. Domain, all we found is the bomb bag. CAC, we found a scale to get us to the bomb bag, and then we found the light arrows there. So that's all we have. But yeah, Ink, that's why we're talking about KZ.
Yeah, so even though we found bomb bag here, and there's a high probability of that locking Kokiri Sword, as we've talked about earlier, and someone pointed out in chat, there's like over half the checks in this game are locked by a bomb bag. This one, you still want to check everything in that area, because you might find a path. So path from Domain to Goma might be Kokiri Sword on King Zora, for all you know.
OoT is Serenade.
OoT is Serenade. Wow, we really don't want to do all dungeons now.
We didn't need to get that boss key, probably.
Yeah, but it was the smart thing to do. You don't want to have to go back.
It was.
It could save you a whole trip to Child. Alright, so Marco's going to be...
Great.
Yeah. Marco's going to be cleaning up Ice Cavern here, getting all the Skulltulas, and we'll find out what song's back here, which is either going to be Saria's Bolero or Storms. And Cole's doing what I was thinking Marco might do, which is use Epona go check Hyrule Field, as we still have a lot of Sphere Zero or more specifically Bomb Lock checks in Hyrule Field with some of the grottos. And then you still have the option of, if you want to go to Fortress here, you can. You can run right over, or you can go grab Scarecrow Storm, because I believe Marco set it up. I don't remember if Cole did, but here's a big chest.
Oh no!
Here. Yeah, what did that hint say?
Frogs 2 has the mirror shield.
Oh, Frogs 2
we don't
mirror
need that.
Hover Boots in this.
Hover Boots, Shadow
Cole
Temple.
Can go do Shadow now.
Hello? Okay, lots just happened. Burning Cactus Saria's song. Just so we know.
That's good.
That locks mirror shield. Yes, we could need the mirror shield for something. We don't know. Anyway. Yeah. Hyrule Field, always a good place to check. I was gonna say that before Cola found the hover boots, because it always is holding something interesting. Cola got the hovers in the field, in the open grotto.
What was that path into Morpha? I didn't see the first part.
It was well.
So bottom of the wells to Morpha, so that could be our Iron Boots. Could also be a long shot.
So Storms should be here. Because it can't be behind water.
So So Cole's gonna show us a lot of new checks over here in Shadow on the right, while Marco answers the question of what's on ice. It could be Bolero or Storms.
Yep. Indeed.
Indubitably, yeah.
White arrows were in CAC archery. CAC is hinted path to Bane, so Cola will do that at some point, I'm sure.
Again, boss key on first check.
Oh my gosh, what is happening?
The seed really wants us to kill the bosses.
So weird. It's so weird. Which is good, we need to kill the bosses, so... Yes. Good.
Absolutely.
I hope the pattern continues with Water Temple, the most important one, to get the boss key early on.
Yeah, we don't want to have to go Darklink side and have to go
Absolutely
all the way through
not.
Darklink down to the
Absolutely
Snake
not.
River.
Yeah.
Or the Dragon Room.
And
Water
don't
Temple
make
has
me
a
say
funny
it.
way of eating time.
Okay, Din, yeah, Spirit, it was the second check. But it was the first one we saw. So,
Yeah. First one I saw. That's
yeah.
it's like object permanence.
Exactly.
That was the first one I
that
see.
means it's
there's
first.
Yeah. Storms cannot be Ocarina of Time because it's been hinted.
Yeah.
And
OT
also,
is
but yeah.
Serenade. But yes, you're right. Correct.
You're also right. Because frogs.
Good job.
If we didn't have that hint, yes, you could also determine by that fact.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. That's why we're here.
Right? Chat
To tell you
dropping
things.
knowledge on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what that to Purple's point in chat, that's kind of like once you get the hint information, you kind of turn your brain off on that because you got to be using it on other things. So then when someone figures that out, oh yeah, no, you're right. I just stopped thinking about that. All right, so Marco's almost done here with ice. Very fast ice. And then Cola already working through Shadow with a big chest here.
Ooh. Hello.
Could be our third bow. Boomerang in Shadow. Right, well, Marco's gonna stumble across that. But
that
that's
is good
great.
for Cola.
The question now is, when does Marco check Hyrule Field? And there's our storms.
Yeah, I mean, Marco will probably think about GTG. Everybody does. Hard not to think about it. And that's usually when people go to field. Gonna do the first two in Shadow. He is clearly not the person I was thinking of earlier, who doesn't like to do that. Not gonna get anything except some keys. We'll have to find the hover boots.
Alright, so Marco immediately going into Shadows, despite not having hover boots. And to your point, we'll get booted out.
Yeah.
Booted out.
Huh. Nice.
Thanks. But yeah, I think if he does think about going to Guru's training ground, he'll just do Hyrule Field and then go into Fortress area. So maybe then he'll come across boots. But we have seen races this season where those southern grottos are really easy to orphan, especially when we for parts of Lake that are dead. So we had a hint earlier. The Magic Bean check seeds are dead. So Marco's like, all right, well, when do I go down to Hyrule Field, especially since I know Serenade's on Ocarina of Time? Probably not until I do water. Can't do water yet. Should I just go rush GTG? Should I check those Sphere Zero checks? You know? Based on Marco's playstyle, though, I think he's going to be pretty thorough about it. I don't think he's going to be one.
Yeah, I think so too. He is pretty thorough. There is always the possibility that he reverses. That's the only problem with having Requiem, is that it tempts runners to skip running around field and fortress. So we'll see. But I've seen many runners in my time lose to Hyrule Field, especially that open grotto and that remote grotto.
They're also easy to forget.
They are. Easy to orphan, easy to forget. It happens.
So Cola did find a second bomb bag in Shadow as well.
Yep. which is bomb locked.
And
So
yep.
Marco going child, I guess gonna get Ruto's letter.
Probably
I
Ruto's
don't know
letter
what
into
else to
Jabu
do.
and just do Jabu, get it out of the way.
He doesn't have boomerang. It was a scale
Oh,
Clo, yeah.
He doesn't have wind, so he can't set it. Another big chest in Shadow.
Hey, Shadow.
Ooh, there's
Okay,
the long shot,
Shadow.
actually. Okay, so that means our Morphopath has to be, unless we're getting trolled by a Zora Tunic, it's gotta be Irons.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
Cole already found his Zora Tunic, so.
Yeah, Iron's probably in the well. Oh yeah, he could just be going to the well. Thank you. You're right. We have Nocturne, it's easy to get to. He might also get the letter too, because we need it at some point. And here he is, as child, so still possible.
Yeah, and to resolve Clo's question, yeah, there was a scale in Kakariko.
Yep.
Off of chickens?
It was chickens.
Yeah, off of chickens.
Oh, so there's a crate available. There's a tunic available. That's really good to know. Thank you. Yeah, so we're not gonna get. So it's probably gonna be Irons.
There's Kokiri's sword in Shadow Temple. All right, so Shadow Temple's holding today.
Did Cola get the well to Morpha hint?
He did. That's where we saw it because it's at the Nocturne pad.
Okay, so we're done.
Yeah, we're in no mode.
Yeah, we're done here. Okay. Again, skulls are bait.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because Marco might get. There's still time left in the seed. Marco plays very well. We can't call it yet.
Of course not.
It would feel bad if he lost to skulls again.
I know. Letter is Skull Mask. They both have the hint. They both have the Skull Mask, even.
Yeah.
Hovers are in Open Grotto.
In Hyrule Field, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that came at you fast. Hover Boots locked everything in the seed, basically, so... Cool.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
yeah, that's a tricky thing. It's like you said, runners getting screwed by Hyrule Field. This is definitely one of those seeds where the longer you leave Hyrule Field, it looks like the more you're going to be punished for it, because getting a Shadow Temple as soon as possible turns out to be the most important part, which Cola was able to do here. And now definitely the wind's turning in Cola's favor.
Yeah. Good point in chat. Cola doesn't have the light arrows yet. They are on 20 skulls. He is getting skulls still. Oh, they're on CAC Archery. He could think that they're on 20 skulls, so he's getting skulls. So
yeah, but after this, he'll be in CAC anyways. He'll probably just
he'll do
CAC
archery.
And if he doesn't, then he'll do it when he goes turns and skulls.
Yeah. Or he'll get 20 at some point, and then turn in skulls, and then do CAC Archery, you know? He'll do it at some point. We know CAC is path. And we're going to get the Morpha answer from Marco here, so we'll know definitively whether this is the Iron Boots or not. It's probably the Iron Boots.
It's probably the Iron Boots.
Yeah.
Because isn't there only one sitting tunic in the game anyways?
Yeah, I mean, it could be something that leads to Iron Boots.
Hammer would throw a wrench into things. That would actually work in Marco's favor.
Yeah, Hammer was the only thing I could come up with. Or like the lens, you know? I don't know. Yeah, for the lens game. 15 skulls for Cola. He doesn't need skulls, to be clear. He just thinks that he needs 20.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see what's in here on the left side. Oh, piece of heart.
Last key, of course, here on the manager.
Yep.
As is tradition.
Oh, you always have to.
Yeah.
They're not. The Shadow Temple doesn't want to let you go.
Yeah, there's a good point in chat. If it does turn out to be that we need that strength, Skull Collection is really fast if you're just thinking about skulls. It seems like it wouldn't be, but it is. I've seen runners do it when they get the hints late, when they used to be on hint stones. It's fast. So, in my opinion, I think Cola's in a pretty good position here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had an inkling that when we saw strength on 40, I'm like, I don't think that Cola's just gonna get 20 when they can, and then call it good.
Yeah.
There's somebody who's more likely to not push skulls.
It's Cola,
Especially
yeah.
in this lead, yeah. Especially since it was strength. If
Yeah.
it was something that was absolutely required, like a hook shot upgrade, absolutely. But when it's like, well, I might not even need strength to finish the seed, especially since we had a stone spirit temple.
Yeah.
You just need one strength for force, which was just out there in DMT.
Exactly. Just sitting, chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Cola should know that Storms is an ice cavern. And he knows that its path to Morpho.
Yep.
The well is. Or this, probably. There's a Zora tunic somewhere, right? Someone said it was on the crate.
Yeah,
Oh, here's another big
it's on the
question.
crate. Oh, that would be.
Uh-oh. Who just said that? Who just said
Oh, but
strength?
we have another big chest. There's another big chest, but like, it might not be the strength.
I believe you, Procrastinator AT. I trust the trackers with my life.
With your life, damn.
Yes. I love trackers. They do a great job. Great service. Ooh, okay.
Right, Cole about to see what's on Bongo. Just rupees. And there's Light Medallion. Alright, what's in this box? There's our
Iron
All right,
boots.
we're saved.
Alright, it's over. Okay, we don't need strength, guys.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. That would have definitely gone back. All right, well now Marco might be ahead if it's on strength 3, but
now we're like, oh no, OGC inside Ganon's castle. No, the
Oh,
seed
no.
is simple.
Seed's
Telling
giving
us
it
where to
you.
go. It
So
just
this is
didn't tell us
definitely-
where those hover boots were. Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is one of those scenarios where, like, despite Marco's very strong early play, especially since like those first 40 minutes were really coming up Marco with his routing, Cole is now gonna find light arrows right here, and so Cole is just gonna he won't have to think about this path at all anymore. He just has to go back to he just has to go do ice, remember to do ice, get storms, then go back to child. So right now Marco is ahead in terms. For the fact that Marco has to do ice, but remember Marco still has to do shadow, which Cole's done. Shadow takes forever.
Yep.
And Cola has more information on what to action right now, since Marco hasn't found those hovers out in Hyrule
Yep.
Field.
Oh, I misspoke.
It's okay. Hover boots were in Hyrule Field. Shadow had everything else, though. Had Boomerang, had Kokiri's sword, had our second hookshot upgrade for long shot, and a second bomb bag if you're counting, but who is? I am. What do you mean Cola is throwing?
Cola wants to do his dungeons again. His dungeon first, and then
Yeah,
and then,
he's going to Deku.
no one's throwing anything. That is
Yeah.
not nice. Everyone is
Marco-
just playing the game the best that they can.
So, Marco didn't get the path to Morphin Hint from bottom of the well. Or, not from bottom, but from Nocturne Pad. Marco hasn't checked that,
Right.
I think.
He,
So, Marco doesn't know Iron Boots is the hidden path there. So, he might have pulled second strength, and now he's going for check
oh
density.
no. Oh no.
So, he might be getting baited here.
Yeah. That is sad.
You think Marco checked that? I don't remember. I thought he just turned around
I
and
don't
jumped off the
remember.
pad.
I think the first time we saw it was when Cola read it.
I mean, he's played it since then. I just don't know if he stopped.
Yeah.
It also just might be because he's thinking like, I don't have hover boots yet. This is stronger. But yeah, well, there's Cola with the Ruda's letter, and now he's gonna go straight from here over to Domain and up to Jabu.
Yeah,
Probably.
or he'll do Deku first. I don't know, but he's gonna do one of them.
I feel like it's easier to go down River and Forest than go up it.
I have no idea. You just play Minuet either way.
He's going to Jabu. Marco finding another wallet.
That's right, segue. Well put.
Yeah, that's a good recap in chat. Basically, Cola's jumped ahead because he went and did Hyrule Field checks and found hover boots in field. Marco is instead going for density and pushing dungeons rather than going for more overworld checks.
Yeah,
I think Marco would find it eventually. I just think he believes this is the better density route.
I don't know if Cola has seen both the OOT and Burning Cack hint. OOT is Serenade. I think they was like split on the info, but yeah, I agree. I think that gambling on Ice Cavern is good, but you know, we'll see. Well, Jabu is foolish, so there's not going to be anything in here. But we're doing it.
Marco's fighting a lot of big boxes in here. There's not big boxes that he needs.
You could get the hammer, make Ganon easier.
That hammer might bait him into some bad stuff, though, at the same time.
You're right. Yeah, someone mentioned that we don't have hammer, we don't have Big Goron sword. We're going to be fighting Ganon the nut way, so...
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
For Big Goron sword shows up so often in these seeds, you gotta have one every once in a while where you gotta fight Ganon a little bit more difficultly.
Yeah. And Nut Ganon is fun, We all like it. Foolish Jabu can have Big Goron sword. Do you think Cola will open a big chest here if he sees it?
For Cola, no. 90 minutes into the run, he'd probably be thinking, even if that's Hammer or BGS, I don't care. I already know what I need to finish the seed. I'm just gonna get it done. Yeah,
you gotta catch the jet once you know it's a jet. Sorry, I'm saying that word because we're in go mode as the chat room, so...
Yeah.
It could be gold scale. Gold scale won't be foolish in a foolish location, though. But yeah.
Gold scale is my comfort item. The Oops, Where's Irons alternative to Water Temple.
Yeah, the problem for me, and this is my brain issue, is just I get confused when I have to think about gold scale water versus irons water in terms of playing it. Watching it, it's like fine, but brain cannot handle gold scale water.
That's totally fair. So, it's disorienting sometimes when you're swimming through the areas without enough boots.
Sometimes
if only water's walls weren't all just If only every wall in Water Temple wasn't just brick.
Yeah, that's also part of it. You can't really tell the difference. I guess Jabu has that problem as well. Though not brick. Something more disturbing.
Yeah.
That was a nice throw on Cola's side. Onto the button.
Yeah, he just threw the princess. How rude.
Yeah, but it was perfect though. Very impressive.
So Marco went back to Temple of Time after working basically up through Spirit until he needed Mirror Shield.
Yeah.
And now it looks like he's gonna check Big Poe here. Dumping out his bugs, gonna get a Big Poe. See what's on Big Poe. I am hoping he checks Field after Poe. Or
he probably
before
does.
Poe.
Calling Epona here. Yeah.
Yeah. He's calling Epona. So I think he's gonna find his hovers here and go, damn, why did I go to Spirit?
Oh. He'll be like, oh, I need to go to Shadow, and then he'll find everything. The good news is that he will actually then be in go mode, I think, once he gets his letter.
Yes.
So, and Cola still has to get Storms. And get the boost.
Cola still has to get Storms, but remember, Cola is up an entire Shadow Temple, which is much longer of a time.
Yes.
Probably
I
ice
agree.
and bottom of the
I
well
agree.
combined.
Totally agree with you.
So it's definitely in Kola's favor right now, especially Kola solved the seeds sooner with the items that he found.
Yeah.
So this last 30-ish, 40-ish minutes of this randomizer is going to be heavy on the execution side, which both Marco and Kola are really good at that. So it should be tense.
That is true. Kola got a hint that bottom of the well is path to Morpha, so he knows that he needs storms, and he's pretty sure it's the iron boots because he has the long shot. You don't. Okay, logically, you always need irons to beat Water Temple. Need is a different word.
So to answer the question simply, these rule settings expect you to logically have iron boots to enter Water Temple. So logically, yes. The rule set though allows you to enter the Water Temple with, golden scale instead, which is why we were talking about gold scale strats earlier. But the main problem is that if you don't have iron boots, you go into Water Temple and then your boss key's in Central Pillar. And for those who don't know, Central Pillar is the room at the bottom inside of the middle pillar that you hit the thing and a bunch of clams get dropped on your face. It's expected you have iron boots for that room as well. So
yeah, and you need irons to do that. You can't do that with the gold scale. Nope. I will say that gold scale entry into water with the long shot is a logical way to get into Water Temple. You just can't do anything else in water with the gold scale. So,
yeah,
there you go.
You need long shot to do some shenanery
in
water, but we won't worry about that. That's like something you just gotta see it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you're not gonna see it this seed. We're gonna have iron boots where you don't have the gold scale.
I think I saw it once this entire season.
Yeah, I think I saw it once. I think I saw it, but then we needed irons.
Open grottos kill people. It's definitely demoralized people.
I have seen too many races lost to Hyrule Field, particularly Remote Grotto and Open Grotto.
Yeah, or even just this Scrub Grotto. I've seen a lot of people orphan this all of the time.
Letter is hinted on Skull Mask.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, it's easy to orphan South Hyrule Field like this, especially when you get hints where either Valley or Lake Hylia are barren. In this seed, Valley's barren, and then Lake Hylia, we knew 2 checks from a hit were not good. So the runners weren't in a rush to get to Lake Hylia at all this seed. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't surprised that we didn't see Kola checking that until over an hour. Because there's no really good point to loop that in down. Because if you know Valley and Lake at least aren't barren, then you can go, all right, well, I'll just do the route of Lake to Field to Valley to Fortress or whatever. But in this seed, these runners are like, okay, well, Valley's dead, Hylia's a bad choice. I'm not doing this till way later. So I don't blame Marco for waiting, 98 minutes to get there.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. Kola was gonna route in GTG, I assume, earlier, and so it worked out that he went to Field earlier.
And here's a good Baronade kill by Kola over here on the right. We'll see what Baronade gives up. Not going to be important, but it's always fun to know which boss gives you the most amount of rupees in a scene.
Yeah, or the Goron Sword.
Yeah,
or a nut
I think if it's big Goron Sword, Kola would still leave it to troll everybody.
Yeah, oh yeah, just to make me mad. I don't know what that was.
I don't think Kola cares.
It doesn't matter. It's foolish. It's Chews. We don't need those. We're good.
I think Kola's still running on the 20 pack from earlier if you needed them anyways.
We have a bomb bag. Yeah, we're good. I guess now he's going to Deku Tree.
Yeah, so he's going to play Minuet to get in Sacred Forest Mono and run back from there to get into Deku. And so we'll see what's in Deku. It'll be new information. But we know that Kola's already in no mode. He's working out the seed. He's just playing through it. So after Deku, he'll have to go back to domain. No, he'll have to go back to adult to do ice, then go back
Yes.
to child to do
Yes.
bottom of the well,
Yep.
to get boots to go do
And then-
water.
Yeah, go adult, get to lake. We don't have serenade. So it's gonna be a little bit still.
Yeah, there's plenty of time back in this race, which is why execution is going to be such a big deal here. Cole has a very strong lead and is a strong player, so it's going to be hard for Marco to make up time here.
Yes.
But anything can happen, especially when nerves are high. This is the 5th last match of Season 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure a lot of people are, nervous, no matter how experienced they are.
Oh, for sure.
Similarly, these runners might be kicking themselves over some decisions. So even though Cola found those hovers as soon as he did, he might go, man, Marco might have worked that out way sooner with the path hint to Goma. He might already be, ahead of me. Similarly, Marco's like, oh my gosh, Cola just might already be done with the seed. So there's some nerves on that part too.
Oh, yeah. I think it's hard to think that you're ahead because even in a jet seed, you could be like, well, the other person may have just hit the route sooner than me. Cola is not French.
Small note. So this is a slingshot in this chest, I believe, from the hint we got earlier.
It is, yeah.
So Marco's probably just going to ignore it.
Cola remembered that hint, didn't come in here.
We also see Marco skipping skulls now. He does not care anymore.
Marco, yeah, I think he knows now.
Well,
he didn't need those.
I think Marco went in there for the invisible chest because he's still looking for Kokiri's sword. He doesn't know where that is.
Yeah, we got a hint for those chests, though, right? For both of them.
Oh, yeah, good point. I guess he forgot what was on the second one.
Yeah, which happens.
Yeah.
We forget hints. That's totally fine. Yeah, Cola, go-moding Deku, not even gonna try to look for that gold scale.
No, why
he's just
bother?
like, irons are in the well. I'm going to the well.
There are
He
some
does need
racers up here in brackets who take the position of, I already know stuff, but grab things just for, whatever safety reasons. Cola's not one of those runners. Cola's like, oh, I already know what to do. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. Marco getting skulls now. Didn't get the other skull.
Yeah,
just
didn't get the other
think
skull in
about
front of him. I'm like,
it.
these are some interesting skull routing decisions. Yeah.
Brains work and don't work. It happens to the best of us.
I wish 40 was something. That would be fun. But it's not looking necessary this seed.
No, I would be surprised if we needed it now.
I can't imagine why we would.
Since we know. Yeah. Irons are in the well.
boots.
Cola knows.
Yeah, the iron boots are in bottom of the well, which was path hint, which is what Cola is going to go do now. He's going to go do ice to get storms, so then he can go back and do well.
Yep.
Now, he doesn't know Ice Cavern is storms, but that's the most actionable thing for him to do right now. And there's good odds. He knows it's 50-50 between Bolero and storms. He has hint information on Saria's being on Burning Cack. And
What? He's
going to GC.
Ganos without furores. Okay, he saw that hint, right?
Yeah, he read it. He stopped and read it.
Nothing was on 20. We knew Cack was path to getting blue fire. Earl, weird. You are great. Did anyone know that?
Oh yeah, going to
blue
water trial to get blue fire, so he doesn't have to backtrack after ice to unfreeze King Zora.
Yeah, Cola just trying to mess with us. Earl Weird is a runner, so that's why they know. Thank you. I was starting to panic a little bit.
Well, I'm just curious about it because I'm just like, yeah, he's doing ice anyways, so why would he need to go check KZ? He's in no mode.
Maybe he's just like, I'm just doing this to try to skip to the end of ice, so I don't need to like go through some
we can skip a
other
room.
getting blue fire. Like, I'm not going to that
Sure.
room. I'm just gonna melt the fire, get the fire in that last room, and get the song.
You know, if anyone knows if that's faster or not, it'd probably be Cola, so I'll trust him on that one.
I'm gonna trust him. I'm assuming it's faster.
Yeah, I don't know if that's faster. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna trust that's faster.
Trust.
Just trust.
It's interesting, at least. So, through me, you know, I'd never seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh no.
The times I see it is when people are like, oh, I still need to check KZ and I don't want to have to, double back. Like, especially if they only have one bottle. This is an interesting scenario to use this in.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I like
I'll
it.
put it in my notes.
Big brain moments here from Cola that I would never think of. Yeah, I too would have picked up that big chest, but I'm also bad. So
you're not bad. You're just
I'm
thorough,
not good
again.
at the game.
No, you're thorough.
I want
you're good at the game.
I want
you're
my
good at being
Vigoron
thorough.
sword. You know? Who doesn't?
Some people just like collecting everything. I know people who like playing randomizers, but they like 100%ing.
It is fun sometimes when you do that.
But some people like that.
True, August. What if it was gold scale?
Well, then we've abandoned one of the most clutch items in the game, gold scale.
True. Apparently I'm a top
Also,
32 runner, according to many, many people.
You're in their fantasy leagues, if Ocarina of Time fantasy leagues were a thing.
Did someone do that one year? Someone did a fantasy.
I have no idea. I don't even do other fantasy leagues.
I did fantasy football one time. That's why my name is Baseball. It's a long story.
Okay. Well, how did it turn out? Was your team good?
Oh, I was second to last. Not last.
Not last. That's a good team.
My I tell this story a lot. My fantasy football team name was I Thought This Was Baseball, which I thought was really funny. So now my Twitch name is This Isn't Baseball, and thus I am Baseball. So there you go.
There you go.
There's the lore.
Now you all know. You have the baseball lore dropped on you, and I'm not talking about the batting average.
That's right. Batting average of 0.
Thought you just really liked baseball.
No, I mean I like baseball, but no.
All right, so we're seeing the manager visit from Marco, which will be his key.
Yep, then he's going to beat Bongo, and then he's going to do pretty much everything else.
Yep, he's going to, after this, he'll probably immediately go to... Water, maybe? Well, he doesn't have Serenade, but he's...
I guess?
I was going to be like, he could just clip out a domain. I'm like, no, he can't. It's against the rules.
He'll probably do water. I guess it doesn't really matter. You have to age change anyway.
Yeah. I just figured he'd do water because going back between child and adult does waste time. So just do it once now. Go do...
I guess like the argument for not doing water is you have to age change, so you have to go up to the pedestal so you get the song, and that wastes time. So save the forest med for last.
Yeah.
My opinion. But.
That's fair. Because we'll see. Marco probably knows what to do, so we'll just see what Marco does. But
yeah, the difference is probably negligible anyway. He'll probably just pick something and it will turn out fine, you know. Because it's like a few seconds to pick up the song, whatever it is.
And Cola's finishing Ice Cavern right as Marco finishes shot.
Yeah, Marco not using Dins on Bongo. Smart. Here it's a good strategy, using Dins on Bongo. It's not, I'm just making fun of Hyper.
Fun of Hyper.
Yeah.
Hyper plays hard and works hard.
Hyper is in the winner's bracket. I can make fun of him a little bit. He's not even here. So.
He was in chat earlier.
He was, but he's not here anymore.
You're supposed to say it when he's here so you can fight back at least.
Well, too bad.
Damn, that's cold. Colder than this Ice Cavern was. Alright, Cole's gonna go back to Child to do bottom of the well. So get those iron boots to go do water.
Yep.
While Marco is gonna either go Child or not. Damn.
Oh shit, hi Hyper. Love you. Love you.
That's exactly what baseball was saying. She was being like, Hyper's
I was-
great. What a
I
good
was like,
runner. So
Hyper's
deserves
so
to
good
be winners.
at the
So
game.
good. Very
Never
good at the game.
has made a mistake.
He has
in a
to
race.
play it in a difficult time zone even, but he, despite being in a race that was rescheduled twice, that scheduled baseball out of being there. But
Yeah.
she understands.
Oh yeah, I am mad about that. I was gonna be able to make it, and then you rescheduled. But that's okay. I was just saying how you used Dins on Bongo, and it was a novel strategy. But yes, you're great. Thanks for being here with us.
All right. And Cole's gonna lower water, head in the bottom of the well. And it looks like Marco decided to go before going on doing water. So to your point, yeah, leaving that fourth medallion for last. So likely you're gonna see here Jabu first, then Deku again, just like Cola did here.
Probably. Yeah.
So, yeah. We are definitely in just whoever races to the end first wins, which Cole's going to need to do bottom of the well up into getting Iron Boots, which we know Iron Boots are in the like jail.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
It's pretty deep
And
in well, so we have a little bit of time still here.
yeah, in terms of routing, it's pretty deep. A lot of the runners will peek what's to the right and then work left and work around to the back right. So that will end up being one of the last things Cola checks unless he just intuits, I'm going to go with the jail, which he's not doing right now. So likely going to see that much
2
later.
keys, so
We do need 2 keys as well, you're correct.
yeah, so we're gonna have to do some checks that aren't the iron boots in order to get the iron boots.
Mm-hmm. And then Marcos is going to rush straight to the bottom of tree, burning a hole straight through with that Din's already on.
Yep.
See, right?
Yeah, he's got go mode marked on his tracker. He's not technically in go mode. He doesn't have Rudos, but he knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
He knows.
Cola just peeking those keys really fast, not even going into the sarcophagus room, just banking on nothing important being in there.
Yeah.
Very aggressive plays, but standard from Cola. I like it.
And he knows he's just looking for one big chest. And did he see the like chest yet? I wasn't paying attention.
No, he did not pass by the like check yet.
Okay.
He'll likely do
Doesn't
that
know.
after
He needs 2 keys,
this.
but he will.
But yeah, as soon as he finds Iron Boots, he's going to leave. So we won't see him go down to basement. Unlike Marco, as Marco did go
needs
down to
one
peak
key?
basement.
I don't know the keys. I said 2, but you know. Could be any amount of
You know,
keys.
if you go between 1 and 3, it averages to 2.
It's some number of keys that he needs to get back there. Zeph, I'm gonna trust you since you've played this game before, maybe once, or twice. Thank you.
Maybe 3 times.
Even like the 3 keys. I don't remember if there was a key here.
There was not.
There was not. Yeah. I know another key locked room in here has some Skulltulas. And it's a
Skulltula,
dual
yeah.
hit in Skull Sanity seats. So
Thanks for the fun fact.
yeah.
Are any of the upcoming seasons this year running Skull Sanity or often turned on?
Well, RSL is starting soon, TM, and that often has Skull Sanity turned on. When is it starting? I don't know.
I looked it up. I did not see a date in the announcement channel, and I'm not here to and Chuckles isn't here for me. I don't know.
Yeah, TJ mentioned something earlier, and I don't remember what he said. But
you
it's
wanna
like
know,
soon.
though, the best way to follow is to join the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord, wink.
Yeah, go to RSL discussion, ask, hey, when's RSL starting? And someone will tell you.
And then Chuckles will move the day back by 1 because you asked.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even think he's an RSL org, but he'll probably tell TJ to do it, so.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He'll do something to change it.
Oh, Diesler, thank you. Swiss starts in about 3 months. RSL is special because you have to play some seeds before the season technically starts. So that basically they know that you know what you're getting into. So that you'll be seeing some RSL races happening now-ish.
So do you want to, for everybody, while we watch Marco and Cola do things we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to explain exactly what RSL stands for as
Yes,
the acronym, and
another
why,
acronym.
why there's an expectation of you know what you're getting into?
Yeah, so RSL stands for Random Settings League. So these settings are completely random, with some exceptions. There's like certain weights placed on certain settings. You can look in the RSL discussion for the exact weights of everything. But you can get situations, right, where you get like full skull sanity, 100 skull bridge, you know, where these seeds could take like up to 8 or 9 hours, right? So it's important that you know what you're getting into before you sign up for the season. On the other hand, you can get really short seeds, right? You could get like, I think the most famous is the famous one Triforce Piece race that happened, RSL race, and it was over in like 5 minutes. So there's a big range, right? They just want to make sure that people know what RSL is and what it can lead to. But it's fun. A lot of fun to watch.
It's fun. Yeah, I mean, you were talking about falling asleep to randos earlier. Cell is definitely competition where that might become a thing. Again, might be a 5-minute seed, might be a 15-hour seed.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, there was one season, like Grand Finals was like one of those high skull counts, and it was like 8 hours. I think it was a pickup race, was the One Piece Triforce race. It was just like randomly occurring. I don't think it was on Restream or anything. It's just a famous example. Yeah. Everybody will tell you that example. Okay, Cola's gonna go beat water. Woo.
Yeah, while we were talking about hot knowledge, right at the end of Bottom of the Web, Cola got his shield burnt.
Yeah.
Luckily, he doesn't need that anymore. But just funny.
Yeah,
as we were
we're not
talking
going to
about
be
burnt shields
child
earlier.
again. Doesn't matter. Goodbye, shield.
Ain't that the truth of life? He'll never be child again.
Aw.
Oh.
Damn. I got sad here, everybody.
Sorry. Unlike real life.
Unlike
It's a
real life,
straight
which is
line.
happy and fun.
Listen, I don't know. Ocarina of Time's kind of scary. Supposedly, it takes place after a civil war. And they gotta ask, hey, what the Shadow Temple's about, King Hyrule?
Yeah, and you know, it's sad because
Don't ask those questions.
Link loses those 7 years and is a child in an adult's body, and it's kind of probably traumatic for him.
Well, in one timeline. Remember, there's 3.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, my bad.
Would you rather be a child in an adult's body with trauma, or a... Those are the questions you have type poses. And
yeah,
the answer is, I don't know, man. Whatever the canon is, you want it to.
Yeah. I don't know what's better. I think they're all bad.
But
In
Jet's
one
they are
timeline,
pointing
he's
out.
dead.
He's dead.
Thank you.
It's okay, we all die. But in chat, we're having it point out 1 hour 56 minutes is our time for our last adult transformation from Cola, who's now going to have to ride Epona all the way from down to Hylia, jump into Water Temple. And now the last question is, where's this key? Are we going to be in Water Temple for a while, or is it going to first or second check like they have been in many of the dungeons today? I'm sure our runners are hoping for the latter. So
I hope it's just first check, whichever one Cola picks. I don't have a preference, map or compass. I don't care. I just hope it's soon. Because I don't like Water Temple.
You don't like Water Temple, but it's wet.
Yeah, but like that's gross, and I get confused.
Gross. Are you
when
calling
I'm in
hyper
water.
gross? You just got out of the shower.
Yeah,
Damn.
more hyper callouts.
Damn. Vicious.
It's
Cole
just
actually
like-
going down to check.
It's a
this
lake
chest
water,
first.
though. Can I just say it's
Lake water? It looks pretty clear for lake water. I'd swim in that.
It's murky. Look at it. That's
It's got
murk.
stingrays in it that want to kill you. That's awesome.
That's a small key.
Yeah, but Cole's gonna grab it just in case, as there's some checks here locked by key. So you're
That
gonna
is
gonna
true.
take that, especially since you don't know where the boss key is yet.
That is true. It could be like boss key chest, which is 2 key locked. Well, you need 2 keys to get there. Or Dark Link, which is also you need 2 keys to get there. Yeah, boss key not on first chest. Scammed. Could still be on this one though. And this is the first chest to some people, so.
In my heart, it's the
See?
first chest, but it's a key.
See, look, Zeph is like, yeah, the other chest is the first chest. People are particular about their water temple routing.
Hot passions here in the randomizer community.
To put it mildly.
Some people are like, listen, there is a very specific way you should route water temple, and then you have people
Yes.
like me, like, can we make emotional fish in logic?
Or like put hover boots in logic for water temple. That's what I'm saying. That's the hill I'll die on. No one will ever
Okay.
do that.
That's a good one.
But
I was thinking of what would be
impossible
some
to play.
nefarious settings, and I think putting having 50 skulls always be magic would be pretty.
Oh my god.
Because then you're like, do I play for 50 or do I hope that I run into magic some?
That's so bad.
I only
hate
think of
it.
little things.
Yeah. I don't like that at all.
Anyways,
Yeah.
don't worry. I'm not. For everyone can calm down. I'm not an organizer, so you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about my shenanery.
The good news is that lens game, there's now a setting that you can put on that requires you to have lens and magic. So no more of this, like, ooh, I'm gonna 1 in 32 out of here and not get my 50 skull magic. So that's pretty exciting. Semi-related to that. We're turning it on for League. You should all play League. League is great. Cola will be there, I assume.
Already getting some divisions in chat whether or not I should be able to implement rules, but you
I
know what I
know.
should be able to do is shout out that it's 12 hours. Happy 12 hours, everybody.
12
This
hours?
is Zelda Speedruns. Yeah, this is a standard Season 8 tournament
We've been
settings.
here for
This is
much
the-
longer than I thought we have.
Yeah. And this is our lower bracket quarterfinals. And with us today is Marco and Cola, who've made this seed feel like 12 hours to me. Because of when you're in no mode and just after like an hour and a half, it feels like forever. But
Yeah.
they're doing a great job of keeping us entertained with their excellent execution this race.
Yes.
But I want to
They
thank them for sharing again. I want to thank our trackers for AT and Dom and staying on top of things like hits and all. VT Slacker for the restream, thank you very much. And then Baseball for being here in commentary. I feel like it feels like 12 hours because I feel like I just did call out not very long ago, but here we are at 2 hours later.
I know. Thank you for being here with me. I'm having
course.
fun. So,
Good.
which, you know.
That sounded like
it's
a
good.
question mark at the end of that, but
No, I'm like,
I'll
I
take
don't
it.
I don't usually like commentating that much, but I'm actually having a good time. So,
Good. I'm glad.
so thank you for making it fun.
Thanks. Can you put that on my review and Google reviews?
Yeah,
As a content?
as a volunteer org, I'll put that.
Thanks.
Burrito, it's
Thank
fun.
you. Burrito is fun. Smiley
yeah.
face, 5 stars.
Yeah. Honestly, every time I commentate, I have a great time. Truthfully.
Good.
I just don't do it a lot. So, yeah.
It's always fun commentating, especially when it's somebody you haven't commentated with before. So, like, I haven't commentated with you.
Right.
I've watched and listened to some of your commentary, but I haven't commentated.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But don't apologize. What do you want to say?
It looks like boss keys in Central Pillar. We haven't
Oh.
sid Dark Link, but Cola's gonna go there
that-
first. You can peek it. But
Again, don't apologize for that. Anyways, that's not your problem.
yeah.
But good sight on the peak there. I missed it. It was fast.
I didn't see it either. I never.
Everyone who
think I've ever
commentates
seen it.
has a different strength. You've never seen that peak?
I've seen it. I didn't see what it was.
Oh.
Like this time. I don't know what it was. Was it boss key?
Okay. I hope so.
I don't know.
That gives Iron Boots fans vindication if they have any. But like I was saying, everyone has a different commentary style and strength, so it's always interesting to see like
Yeah.
how they play off energy. Like I've commentated with people who, similar to us, were maybe higher energy, and I've commentated with people.
hmm
And hey, you're
Oh,
right,
it
it
is
was
Bosky.
Bisky. There you go.
Oh, look at that.
So
Iron
it's
Boots.
always something new.
Yeah. No,
Iron Boots.
I've liked everybody I've commentated with, truly. It's always fun and interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
The community's cool. Hey, if you're interested in doing comms, you should try it. It's more fun than you think. Yeah,
That's the command.
There's my pitch.
Got it.
come track
I
if you don't
put-
want to talk.
And, yeah, in Twitch chat, you can volunteer. There's different roles you can do. You don't have to commentate. You can track, like Procrastinator AT and Dominic are doing, where you're keeping our runners' items up to date and accurate. Or
Tracking
there's
is
even the
a ton of
opportunity to
fun.
become a restreamer.
Yeah, come restream. That's also chill. We're a fun group of restreamers.
And we don't just, for anyone new here, we don't just do what's called standard Season 8, standard tournament rules, which is what this is. There's a lot of others. Random settings league, try have streams for. Try being operative word is again some of for a while. There's also right now the Master Quest tournament going on, which we've been having streams for. So if you're an MQ fan, you can get involved there. We've had some people come on specifically to help commentate or track those. And then, as I guess one tournament brings them all out of the wood, so that's great. And then we have other tournaments coming up. So
I think Marco is playing MQ on Saturday. I should have looked before.
You're correct.
I'm correct. Marco's playing Saturday.
That, as a reminder, the upper bracket or winners finals for the standard Season 8 tournament will be this Friday.
Yep. Hyper versus Icola.
Yep. And then it looks like, yeah, we have a lot of Master Quest tournaments coming up. So we have one on the 5th. We have 2 on the 7th, which we do need volunteers for still. But, and then there's the weeklies. So there's always the weeklies.
Yeah, the weeklies are league settings for this month. So if you're interested in trying out league settings, join a weekly. It's fun. Mito's House is a great resource that has like all the races listed with all the restreams and all the different languages. So I recommend checking it out.
Yeah.
Times in your time zone. I use it all the time.
Yeah, we have multiple different languages that get restreamed.
Yes. Did I make a command?
Yeah, I don't think
we have a German restream today.
We have a German restream today. We also sometimes have a Portuguese restream.
We also have a French restream at Soro's channel.
So if there's another language that you speak, or maybe that's your primary language, that might be something to get involved with.
Yeah. I know, like, Star French isn't her first language, but she helps out with French restreams. Tobias sometimes helps with German restreams. So there's always room if you speak other languages and want to do restreams over there, too. So
absolutely. So Cola finished Water Temple, having a very quick kill on more Jam, and then we're going to see Cola march up to Ganon. So we're going to be seeing him finish here in about... Shoot. How long does it take? Like 8 minutes?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Sure.
Something around that line.
Something like that. He has to nut Ganondorf or use the light arrows or long shot or whatever. So it might be a little bit slow.
A little bit slow.
Nuts you have to use like, it's not just like 3 or 4 hits for that first phase. It's like more with the nuts.
Yeah. And just to reiterate, we're saying we're going to use Deku Nut to hit Ganon.
Yes.
Because the statement, we have to nut Ganon out of context, is difficult to process for some people. Alright. So, while we're leading up there, if anyone has any questions for Marco or Cola, we may get one of them in the interview later, as we commonly do post-match interviews here. So if you have any specific hot questions, I already have some written down. That adult spirit temple dip after bottom of the well. Kind of want to know what his thought process was there. And then I will grill Cola. How big was the time say water trial blue fire for ice?
Yeah, I want to know if he didn't bomb the dog on purpose. And there was one other thing I wanted to know. Why didn't you go to ice before going child?
Why did you purposely not bomb the dog as a good one?
Just, runners usually don't care. Maybe he's gonna be like, oh, I was gonna die if I hit the dog because of the explosions. But maybe he was like, no, I didn't want to hit the dog. I want to know. I gotta know.
I'm very much a save the frames kind of guy. So if the dog's there, the dog's there. It's invincible.
Save the dog.
Save the dog.
In my opinion. My questions for Marco is going to be about skulls, probably. I don't know if you said that.
I did not. That's a
I
good
don't
one.
want to. I don't want to like rub salt in the wound. Sorry,
No, just
Marco, if you're listening.
make it like phrase it neutrally. That's why I write
Yeah.
them down on my notes. My first question to Marco was, why go adult spirit after Bomb It Well? So I rephrased it to what motivated you to go adult spirit after
See,
Bomb It Well.
that's
See?
good. That's
How you
nice.
say it. All right.
Yes.
We are getting confirmation Marco's not going to be able to join us for an interview, though. So
Yes,
we're just going to
that's
be
totally
grilling
fine.
Cola.
We'll never know, and that's okay. Well, let's talk about the child spawn. Good job, chat. You have so many questions today. That's good. Thank you. Yes, we're on a 20-minute delay, so the runners are done with the seed.
Yeah.
So we've already confirmed whether or not they'll be coming in for an interview. What's your favorite color? Yeah.
No, let's keep on the topic of randomizer. But I mean, to be fair, some of these runners do set their tunic colors
That's
via
true.
the randomizer settings. They have their favorites, or they'll do certain patterns. One I recognized from a previous race was we did have a French runner make sure that their tunic colors match the French flag in the pop screen, and that's a good one.
Yeah,
seen
sometimes
French
the
runners do
Canadian
that.
runners do that as well with the red, white,
Oh,
red.
red, white, red.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good one.
Which is nice. Is it nut time? Let's see what Cola does. I assume he's going to use nuts, but there are options. Maybe long shot. He doesn't have the nuts out, so I'm guessing. Oh, he's going to
He
use
has
the
zero
long shot.
nuts,
Okay.
so he can't
He
nut.
has 0 nuts.
He has 0 nuts. He's out of
I'm
nuts.
sorry, everybody.
You're not going to see
We
the
are
nut
not
strat from
getting
Cola,
nut
unfortunately.
cannon. I'm sorry. I know. We had the perfect chance.
Nutters
not
in
gonna
shambles.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not effective.
Long shot Ganon is still exciting, but you know.
Yeah, we'll call it exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But everyone, let's get your GGs ready for Cola for whatever amount of times he has a long shot Ganon. This was
Yeah.
a very close race, though. Again, very strong start for Marco, as you noted earlier, with his routing. Very good routing, but it just became one of those things where, oops, Hyrule Field had it.
Yeah, Cola got to that a little bit earlier, and everything was in shadow. So yeah. But Marco, to his credit, did get to field, did catch up quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely. Look how Marco just has to finish water at this moment.
Marco's right there.
And then he's off to Ganon's.
Yeah.
Marco's very close. He still has to watch the light bridge scene, but that's
Yes.
not too long. So this was overall still very...
Yeah, this is the problem with long shot on Ganon is that the long shot extends really far, so if you miss, it takes forever.
You're punished.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he was never that far behind. I guess it feels like he caught up because we were like, oh my gosh, Cola's so far ahead. He has all these items. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was never really that far behind.
Yeah.
There was just always a gap. Basically, the
Yeah.
gap was between when they could get into Shadow Temple, and
Yeah.
Marco was in the middle of trying to do Adult Spirit and other things. So it took him a bit of time to really get in there. And Marco was ahead in dungeon completion up until that, but then Cola had the opportunity to pass since, again, Shadow basically locked everything else. So Cola went, oh, okay, time to dance,
Yeah.
and just went through it.
This fight, I talk about this every time I'm on comms. This fight is hard. It's harder than it looks on Restream.
Yeah, it's mostly the visibility issue. It's hard to see.
That's exactly what it is.
Like,
yeah.
see right there, you can see Cola swinging, crouch stabbing, being like, where's
Yep.
the tail, where's the tail, where's the tail? So
Yep.
yeah, this fight does suck. I agree. There are some days where I come in here and I very well. There's other
Yep.
days where I have to have Ganon break the pillar because I'm out of fairies and I need hearts.
Same.
Play Wind
Yeah.
Waker, rude. But yeah.
There are worse fights. But GG's Cola gonna watch the longest cutscene in the universe, and then he'll be done.
Yeah. But we actually have Cola in here already.
Oh, hi Cola.
We're excited.
You're
Hi,
not
Cola.
done yet on Restream.
Well,
Now
I
you're
mean, the
done.
cutscene's quite
GG's.
nice. Fine. GG. Cola's muted.
Welcome in, Cola. Cola, take your time. We're good.
Oh, whoops, I was muted. I'm
You're
sorry.
fine.
Well, welcome. Great race, really close
Yeah.
the entire time. You both played extremely well. We do have some questions, and we have some questions from chat, which I'll start with one of those. So what was your thoughts at the beginning of the race, seeing the items you start with, and specifically outspawn being silent?
Oh, that was basically nothing at the start, right? You just get nothing, and you're gonna
Yeah.
like it, right? But that's how it goes sometimes, and then you have an awful start, and you need to go with the scale to the main. That's how it goes. I assume Marco also kind of struggled with that a little bit at the very least.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he would have just cooked me. Because, like, if you find bomb juice somewhere and just go up the river to the main, you're just gonna destroy the seed.
Yeah, funny you mentioned that because Marco did actually get the choose from Richard earlier than you did. And we were
Yeah.
talking about it at the time, like, oh, this could really snowball into a big lead for Marco that might not be able to be surmounted. But honestly, you just found the hover boots first and got everything in
Yeah.
shadow.
Yeah,
So-
the other boots were also obviously a big one, right? Because, like,
Yeah, field.
it blocked
you know.
the entire fucking seed, right?
Yes, exactly. It did. Yeah, but that was really where it shifted. At least for me, is when you found the hover boots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I assumed as such that was gonna be the deciding factor, to be honest.
Yeah.
When you find the hover boots, because, like, it puts you in go mode just straight up.
It's like it's a jet seed once you find the hover boots. And you caught it earlier, so yeah.
So what are your main feelings on the rest of the seed, though, before we get into more specific questions?
I don't know, it wasn't too weird, just pretty straightforward. You just have to go to field after forest, or
Mhm.
I guess Marco talked about going there after child the main, potentially, which then he would have just destroyed me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we talked about finding bomb shoes on a dog. I know Baseball had a question about a dog that she wanted answered.
I do. Cola, you did bomb chew bowling. And I noticed that you did not drop the bomb chews so that it would hit the dog, and I noticed that you moved on purpose. Could you please explain your decision making at that point?
I don't know what my health situation was like, if I
Got it.
want to take health or whatever. I don't know.
I figured that that's what it was. We were just excited that you spared the dog's life.
I'm usually annoyed whenever the dog is actually in the bungee bowling as well. He
It's not
just
safe.
gets in the way.
Yeah. But we were all charmed by that, so it was exciting.
Okay.
So I also know that so you went to Ice Cavern. Like you went and did some adult stuff before doing. Why did you do Ice Cavern before? Like, not all right. I got it backwards. Baseball, you asked the questions. Yours anyway.
I'll ask the question. So you knew that Storms was in ice. You knew that the well was path to Morpha.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to go Child before getting Storms?
Well, there's two things, right? Because Deku Tree, first off, locks Ganon's castle, so I can get a blue fire there.
Oh, right. Oh,
Otherwise,
yes.
I can't get the blue fire from Ganon's castle.
Got
And
it.
on the other hand, I could find on Goma specifically the gold scale, and then I don't even have to go to the bottom of the well.
That's true. Yeah, those are good points. I also, is it faster to get the blue fire from Ganon's than getting, like, blue fire and ice and...
Yeah, absolutely, because you don't
Okay.
have to do the silver rupees and then go in that room there.
Right, the silver rupees. Yeah, we were, scared momentarily. We were like, oh no, Cola forget? No, you had it on lock the whole time. Chat corrected us. Zephyr wants to know why you didn't open the big chest in Water Trial, in case it was like...
Maybe I should have, because
Okay.
it should have been like the bigger onslaught or hammer, and then
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
infinitely easier.
Yeah, the long shot watching Marco do the long shot, shooting past the tail, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, not great. You didn't have any nuts. We were disappointed.
Yeah, sadly, I ran out.
Yeah,
That's what happens.
yeah,
I used
So-
them all early.
yeah.
In your next match, you're going to be playing at Zavi. How do you feel?
Well, that's a rematch, so I guess that's a hype one for sure.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
definitely excited. We're in top 4 now, so basically anyone can take it. So,
Zavi's been having some really strong matches, so I'm expecting it to be a very exciting race between the two of you. And Zavi's asking you to check your DMs. Ominous.
alright,
Okay.
he did.
Okay, Zavi will just play as Big Chungus, and then you'll win because he can't Mito skip. So
Damn.
sorry. Roasting
he wants-
Zavi for no reason.
Oh, he
You're
wants
great,
me
Zavi.
to also join the German restream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can
so,
go do that.
Yeah. Any other thoughts you want to share with us here, Cola, before after the German one?
No, not really. I'm just
Alright, well, thanks.
excited to still be in the tournament, and thank you all for putting on the show.
Of course. Thank you so much. And GG's again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Congrats. All right. Well, I guess with that baseball, we'll hand it over to VT Slacker.
Oh, and GG's to Marco as well, who just finished on
absolutely.
Restream. Great job,
20 is a
Marco.
really good time for this seed.
Yeah, 7 minutes behind. Definitely good. Yeah, VT, the floor is yours.
I'll definitely want to thank our runners, Marco and Cola, for the race they put on today. Thank our commentators, Out of This World Burrito and Baseball, and our trackers, Dominic and Procrastinator at. Of course, we're going to try to have more from the Season 8 tournament, the Master Quest tournament that the commentators talked about. Plus, we also have Skyward Sword Randomizer going on with their tournament as well. I'm going to send you over to Deuce's DM, who's doing a Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask combo randomizer. So then go and watch them and have fun, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching.